Hey, what's up, everyone?
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Move over a little bit. Here we
Did
go.
you guys happen to hear talking while the beginning screen was on? Let us know. All right, let me pull up my chats. I gotta get this paused here. Pull up my
Let me
chat.
see how many people we got too. Because I'll start the Tracy when it gets over 100 and some.
All messages. We are good.
We're at 97.
The yard sale is tomorrow.
Yard sale is tomorrow, people. I've been putting it a little hint on all my videos, and even one guy complained, said this is all you talk about is a yard sale, and it seems like that's all the videos are. And I put on there, look, the yard sale's tomorrow. I won't mention it no more after that. But I have to advertise it. I mean, we don't advertise it to the general public. This is only to our members and our fish friends that are, we talk to, like anybody on the live stream, anybody on our Facebook. So you guys are the ones getting these low prices. If I open up to the general public, everything would be gone quick. We'd have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people here. I do this for you guys once a year.
Guys, we have a crazy video coming up next week. You know what?
But you want to tell them. But...
You take over for a sec.
Okay. All right. Well, while we're doing this, I want to say welcome to everybody. We're up to 141. We're doing good. JP's here. He says, "How's the back, Rich?" I'll tell you what. The first day I fell off that boat, I got back up and I started fixing the ladder. Everything was fine. I'm a little sore. It's no big deal. I went to sleep and woke up sore in the morning, and it was like my back had a cold in it. It was like creaky and achy. And then this morning, oh my God, I had a nurse here last night, so I had to wake up at 7 a.m. for her to leave because the next nurse don't come until 8 o'clock today. Our super nurse, Bonnie. So I'm up and I'm taking care of Tracy, and I'm like, I can't move. I go to bend over to move Tracy, and it hurts so bad. I feel like I've got a cold in my back, and every time I move, it just cracks and creaks, and it just feels bone sore, like somebody hit me in the back with a hammer, and it's bone sore. I don't know if I can understand that or relate that to you, but hopefully today's the worst of it. Tomorrow it feels better.
So I'm gonna tell you guys a little something about this story. Can't tell you everything. I gotta be very careful with what I say because they asked me not to disclose any information. So I've got a video.
Doing that. We've had 2 public aquariums in the last week that we couldn't tell. Well, Ripley's let us say their name, but I couldn't do a video on it. You know? Yeah.
Oh.
So, and then there's the other one.
So
we couldn't say their name.
Yeah. So a lot of your public entities do not want their name associated with anything. They don't want you to see behind the scenes or anything like that. So it's a little hard. But I had to go to the doctors and
why? Your hand, it was broke?
It's fractured.
Fractured from the fish bite?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So I'm gonna tell you I'm bad about keeping the brace on. I
Did you see that?
I take it off. It's just
that's a fish bite.
But yes, we had to move a giant fish, and he broke my hand.
You came home complaining. He had purple under his hand here and purple on his back, and he goes, "I think it's fractured or something, Dad." And I'm like, "Can you move your pinky?" He goes, "Yeah." "Can you move the bones?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Well, it may have a fracture. It's not broken because these would move. These are free moving if they break." And so we're good. That's still there, but it's a fracture, which let a lot of blood out and bone marrow and all that stuff. So how's your hand feel, though? Can you make a fist? Or does it feel tight?
It feels exactly like I did when I used to punch shit and break my bone. So the bone between your pinky knuckle and your wrist. When you
Right
hit
here.
stuff, it's usually them 2 bones break because it's your smallest, most fragile bone.
Right.
That's why you tell people to hit straight on and
With
not
your main knuckle.
with your pinky. But
Now,
that's the bone that
fractured.
Yep.
See, in my days, I was a bouncer for so many years. Now, see that there? That's normal size right there. These 2 bones connect these fingers to your wrist. And that's normal right there. Look at that. That's like double the size thick. This is all bone. From these bones being broken so many times and healing back, you can see I have holes in my front where they had pins in the front, and you know, it grows back, and then I had pins again, it grew back. Now it's grown back so thick, I haven't broken it ever again. It just, you know, back when I was bouncing, I wouldn't aim for the, you know, your forehead or something, or your chin. I'd aim for your back of your head, and your face just got in the way. I hit hard, you know. So I broke it a lot. Now it's the club because I have nerve damage on this side, and I can't feel it. My whole arm and hand is numb. So no matter how hard I hit something, I just don't feel it. Go on. I had to throw that in there.
So part of that video, I'm gonna point out the exact spot that this fish broke with my hand, because I felt it. This fish was big and strong.
Massive.
Now we're talking a 200-pound fish.
I thought he was 180.
182 to 200. But for the video's title's sake, I'm using 200-pound fish. Okay?
He may be exaggerating a little bit.
But yes, he was 180 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
Now, all this information that was given to us was false. So, you know, it was supposed to be a 4-foot fish. Turned out to be 6 foot. He was supposed to be like 80 pounds. Wasn't 80 pounds, 180. I was supposed to be able to park 300 feet away from the tank. Did not happen. I was at least 1,000 to 1,500 feet away and had to go up an elevator. Had to go up a floor.
You know what's nice about that? They let you use a nice roller setup.
We had to carry out buckets, 5-gallon buckets of water and fill our tub.
But after that, now you're carrying the fish and you got it in the tub and carrying it out there. That roller they let you use, they let you keep. We now have a really
That was
nice...
not the same roller.
Oh, it wasn't?
The roller we used was like the dolly cart at, you know, Home Depot or something like that.
That's a nice roller. It's the best one we've got. It's nice. Okay, so now we're reaching over 200. Let's start the Tracy, and you can continue on with your story, okay? All right, so whatever time it is, can somebody mark in the timeline the Tracy update? And we'll start from there. So now, Tracy update. I love talking about that. It was her birthday yesterday. Such a sweet day. You know, I come out, I tell her happy birthday. I kissed her on her forehead and woke her up all nice and, you know, gently and stuff. And she wakes up and she's laying kind of on her side. She wakes up and she's like, opens her eyes and looks at me, and I'm talking to her. I'm like, happy birthday, honey, you know. And she just looks at me like she's trying to, you know, focus in on me. And I kissed her on her forehead. And she looked all funny like this. So then, you know, she gotten a couple flowers sent to her from people around.
I was supposed to be home for her birthday, and I ended up going on this trip, and it took, you know, 20 more hours than I was supposed to.
I told you can talk about it after I'm done with the Tracy update. So this week, though, all this week, she's been doing really good. We haven't had to turn her oxygen up or even use a, what do you call that, nebulizer, except for one time now, and that was last night. Other than that, she's been so good. It's like so easy to take care of her now. She's doing so good. And what else? I was talking to her about, you know, she loves babies. I mean, I was showing, you know, a couple people that were here yesterday, all the different videos of Tracy with the babies, you know. I was like, she'd lose her mind if she knew she had a granddaughter. And I was telling her, you know, honey, our youngest boy, Josh, he had a baby girl, your granddaughter. And she's just looking at me. She ain't showing no expression. She's just looking at me. She ain't taking her eyes off me. I'm like, you're a grandma now. Happy birthday. You're a grandma. She just kept on looking at, like she was intent on listening to me. She didn't move her eyes. She just looked at me, you know. And I took a popsicle and let her, you know, put it in her mouth and let her taste the popsicle for a little bit, you know, part of her birthday thing, you know, give her a little treat, this and that. But she's doing really good. She's I mean, she's actually almost, I'd say 9 out of 10 times she goes the whole night and I don't have to change her. that's how good she's doing. She's making life so much easier for me to take care of her. So it's great. So I love it. And let me see. Bonnie gets her up out of the bed. She watches TV all day. She's getting stronger, holding her head up. The night nurse that's coming a couple of nights a week, she's doing pretty good. She's not as good as our day nurse. Bonnie only comes 4 days a week, but she's changing her hours. So now she'll be coming 5 days a week instead of 4 days at 10 hours a day. She's coming 3 days at 8 hours a day and 2 days at 10 hours a day. So actually taking on 4 more hours, but she'll be Monday through Friday. And she's the greatest with Tracy. She does great. And she don't take no shit. We just leave her be and let her do a runner thing, I help her out whenever I can. She's a good nurse. And so Tracy's blessed now. And I've been getting more sleep, which means I've been doing more work. I remember working around here. I used to not mind it. Now I'm going back to it. I'm like, why did I do this all the time? I was out there this morning. By 9 o'clock this morning, I was already, at the bank. I already went grocery shopping. I already went supply shopping. I already went and picked up Tracy's pills. And because Bonnie got here at 8. I think I got back here at 9:30. Something like that. Oh, no, I was back by 10. That's what it was. And we went to Giant Eagle. We went to Mark's. I went to a hardware store to get the hardware for the tortoise cages. So all that was done before 10 o'clock because Reaper was supposed to be here at 10. Reaper didn't show up till 11, but he brought Mark with him. Remember, Mark was one of our community service guys. His hours are done. So Mark just now comes over and helps. So all day long, it's been me, Reaper, and Mark, and Skylar working out there labeling things. And then 3 community service girls showed up, and they helped out doing things. They made a sign and all this stuff, and then they helped out label with the, put all the small, decorations here, put the large ones over here, and that's what they did. And we got a bunch done today. I just finished. It was 5:40. I came in from out there, and I'm like, we have to stop the live stream. So I've been running all day, and I don't know. We've gotten a lot done, but with Bonnie here, we're able to go and do the work. So we've got some more stuff to do tomorrow morning from 8 until noon for tagging up the yard sale and bringing more stuff out. But we're ready. I'm pretty sure we're ready for the event. So you guys all stop out tomorrow and get yourself something cheap. We've got so much stuff is out there. Heaters, air pumps of all different sizes. Decorations, plants, fake plants, small, medium, and large. We got all kinds. There's like 3 tables, and then everything under the table is full of just decorations. We've got probably over 100 tanks out there.
Yeah.
And then my yellow trailer's full of stuff. My black trailer's full of stuff. We loaded up. I mean, this will be the biggest auction we've had so far, or not auction, yard sale. But we wouldn't be able to do none of that without Bonnie. So she's able to take care of Tracy. I'm able to get back to work. But Tracy's doing good, and even Skylar said she was more aware this week than she's ever seen her. Skylar had been around for 9 months or something. Oh yeah, thanks, Bonnie. Her hip wound from the acid burn has been declared healed now. There's a red mark, but we no longer have to put patches on it with the cream that we're doing. It's a closed up, done. It's healed up, quick. It's done. So the damage that one nurse came here and did is undone and healed now. So she's doing good. She's not no pain. So I'm liking it. And Bonnie, she seems like she's gonna stick with us. She's a good girl, and she definitely helps me take care of Tracy better than I take care of Tracy myself. So I love it. And that's our Tracy update.
Sean Wright says, "Hey, why is your GoFundMe goal at 15,000 when you guys need 100,000 for the new tank?"
Oh no, that's an old GoFundMe.
Yeah,
That was the building addition like 8 years ago. I didn't even know that's still active.
Yeah, it shouldn't be there. The one that AZ just posted the link to, we are up to 3,000 of our 100,000 goal.
Wow, you guys are amazing. 3,000, really? It was just 2,000 yesterday.
Well, it's 2,000 on there, and then Kathy sent in the donation to our PayPal.
Who?
Kathy Murphy. She sent in before the GoFundMe was live.
Oh, yes. Okay, yes, I remember that.
So, yeah, so we got that. We are up to about $3,000 on the fundraiser for that one. We've got this yard sale happening, so we're moving right along. Back to my story. Then I got some other news to tell you guys too. So yeah, what was I at? The fish broke
You
my
can't tell
hand.
them. The fish broke your hand.
We had to move this fish about 1,500 feet, give or take a couple feet. The whole place was under construction, so it was just a disaster. There was no access to the tank. I had to get in there with a bunch of fish I didn't know and try and catch this thing with my bare hands. Because, I didn't bring a net for a 6-foot fish,
Right. Didn't plan on it because no one told us.
Right. So, yeah, we had a fun time. It was a horrible trip, let me tell you.
You guys were gone 33 hours straight.
It's only 8 hours away, and it was a 32-hour trip because nobody tells you that, hey, when you drive to, X, Y, and Z, you're not supposed to get on the parkways. Oh, but if you're on Google Maps, there's no way to say, hey, I'm in a truck. Let me navigate.
So it navigates you to these little bridges that are around it, and you can't fit under.
I've had to back up, go backwards on the highway, get on the little slip ramp, and go off. And I did this probably 20 times. But by the end of it, I'm like, screw maps. I hate you. Don't even talk to me right now. And I'm sitting there, I'm navigating these side streets by my map. Old school. I'm like, all right, that's not a parkway. I can take this street up to here, jog over, hop on there. And then I get
Welcome
there.
to how we used to do things, but we didn't have the computers and the phones then. We had this orange book that you opened up. You get your maps that way.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, before the orange books, we had the fold-out paper that you folded out 20 times, and it was this big.
So not even to think about that, we had this trip planned out, X amount of miles. We're paying per mile on the truck. You're getting about 8 miles per gallon in this big ass box truck. And now you take that, you do, this one detour I did was an 80-mile detour.
Oh my God.
And now not driving on the highway, you're driving down a 35-mile-an-hour road. How much gas do you think you're burning up there?
Even more.
I've wasted so much money with these detours. It was ridiculous, not even including the damn traffic. I must have went by about 40 different accidents. And, them detours added on time. I'm just overstimulated and just pissed off and mad. I've got two guys with me too. He's like, I'm never coming back to this state ever again. I'm like,
was that John?
That was Glenn.
Glenn.
Yeah.
Glenn was all for it because he does to do community service. So he's like, I'm going on this 30-hour trip, or he thought it was 20-hour trip. And he comes back and he's like, I ain't doing any more of those.
At one point we had to stop and do water changes in a gas station, slop sink. There was no valve to hook up to, so had the boys holding, their little thing. You push the button, water pops on for 3 seconds. I'm having them regulate the temperature by tapping these things like a damn bongo. They're like, if I push this 3 times and this one once, the water stays, pretty good.
Me and Tracy, before Reaper got involved, it was always me and Tracy going on these trips. I have done this so many times.
Okay.
I actually used a big hose. It was like 2-inch hose. I'd put over the faucet thing, and it was only like 6 foot long. It would go down to a bucket, and then I had a pump in the bucket, sunk going to the garden hose, going out to my car, and I had that water because most of the gas stations don't have that new stuff. If you're using their slop sink, it's valves, so you turn that on, but you can't get your bucket under it. So I use a big hose to do an S and go down to the bucket, and that's the way we used to do it. Me and Tracy did this for what, 3 years before she went down? Reaper's been doing it for the last 3 years. Now you're back to doing it. How you like it?
I thought I got away from. So I used to go on them for consistently for a very long time.
You went on all the long ones.
Yeah, and then now when
Except for
started doing them for a while,
the California ones. You didn't go on them.
I went to California and got that tank.
You got that tank.
And I went to Seattle.
That was when you were 15, son. I went to New York twice in 2 weeks.
Was the longest.
No.
You had
92 hours straight with no sleep. My trip was the longest.
Mine was longer.
No.
Because I had to take the southern path up the coast, drive by where you went to, and go 8 hours more north.
Yeah, but mine took longer because I had to stop for a 12-hour truck breakdown and delay, and we couldn't fall asleep because we're sitting in the gas station or the repair shop that we're doing, So it was just nasty, dirty, filthy. You couldn't fall asleep. It was horrible.
It was supposed to be a 72-hour trip. Turned into an extra 16-hour detour. So that was 72 plus 16. That's 88 there. Couple hours to load the tank, and then the whole way back, fucking stopping.
Are you talking about the one going to Oregon?
No, I'm talking about getting that 1,000-gallon tank. Yeah. And then
why'd you have to take the lower pass? Was it snowing or something?
Because a big snowstorm came through and shut down I-80 for 3 days. All right, so next bit of information. You guys will see this video next week. So just letting you know.
It is coming. It is coming. Freddie says we popped a tire on the way home from California.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, the trailer. I had to stop off and wait 3 hours, 4 hours for a new damn tire. I had to wait for them to open up.
Do you remember when you went to Oregon and you're driving this box truck I bought for $1,600? And I'm like, yeah, it'll make it. You get halfway there, and the whole exhaust just falls off, hits the ground, and bends back. So now, even if you bolt it back up and use a hanger and screw it in, it don't. You had to use a piece of flex pipe in between and some hose clamps on there.
That was in the Rocky Mountains. But yeah, once we got that trailer fixed, we then came back.
So my trailer's got a new tire on it? I know you never even told me.
This was a rental trailer.
Oh, well, the U-Haul should have covered that.
No, they don't. It's a road hazard. You are responsible.
Really?
Yeah.
Then why do you pay for insurance?
If you go and the trailer goes flying off a cliff, they'll cover the cost of the trailer. That's it. But if you get a flat tire, it's up to you.
We once, now this is a long time ago. I think I was 19. I had a little Chevy Chevette, a 26-foot box truck, and the U-Haul car hauler, right? The thing got a flat tire, and they weren't coming to help me. You know what we did? We went, took the truck to the store. We bought some 2x12s, and we layered them up there. We drove that Chevette up into the truck and put everything on top of the Chevette. And we took the U-Haul trailer and just pushed it over the side of the highway because, it's dangerous leaving it right there. So we flipped it over upside down, called U-Haul and told them where their trailer was. It's got a flat tire sitting on the highway. I'm not paying for it. We just left it there. But I fit a Chevy Chevette in the back of a U-Haul truck by unloading stuff, putting boards up in, driving it up in there. You know how sketchy that is on the side of the road, driving up a 15-foot or 16-foot 2x12, and it's bending, trying to give it gas, and the tires are spinning, and you're sliding. It was a scary moment.
I'm telling you right now, if you are a dedicated monster fish keeper like me, this man, and Rodrigo, I don't know any damn fish keepers who have worse luck. Because you or Rod, if we
you
go
look
on
at
a
that
long
different.
trip,
Your glass is half empty. I'm a glass is half full. Okay, so you're saying they have the worst luck. I think we have the best stories.
I just know.
He's like, I
just know in any one of these situations, if it would have been anyone else, Like we thought about sending Reaper and John on this last trip.
Oh, they would not have done it.
As soon as I walked in there, I'm like, Reaper would have seen this, turned around and walked away and said no.
There's no way you can do it. Yeah.
I mean, just like getting that Dwight Howard tank from Chicago, I was a quarter-inch from the tire falling off and the tank being disastrous. Got that home. You got the 4400 home. We got the fan
that
home.
4400 went up on 2 wheels on the trailer. You can tell them that story.
Got the 1000.
You were behind me, weren't you? It
was Richie.
You and Richie were behind me. It was Richie. Where were you?
Taking care of the fish.
Oh, so I went, me and Tracy,
Richie.
And then Richie came up. I thought you and your girlfriend came up and met us.
Richie and Jim.
So I'm all the way out in New York. I tell you guys, I bought a tank that I didn't expect. I need you to rent a truck and a car trailer and get up here to New York. 8 hours away. That was Richie? Okay. So we got this car. We had to make a 2x10 frame, like a square frame, and then, put some rafters in between to hold it up solid, and to set this fish tank on, the 4400 we got, because it's 14 foot long, and the car trailer had like rails on the side. You had to set it down in. So we had to build up a 2x10 spacer to set the tank on it, which raised the gravity, the low center point up higher. So now this 4,500,000 gallon or 4,500 pound tank was sitting up higher on a 10-inch extension on a car trailer. Well, their idea was, let's put it centered on the back axles so that there ain't too much weight forward or back. Well, anybody that does any pulling on any trailer knows you have to have more weight towards the front. Otherwise, your trailer will start doing this jackknifing thing. I didn't know. I'm like, that's a good idea. So I'm driving back from New York. I'm on the highway. I'm trying to get up to 60, 65. Soon as I hit 50, the whole ass end of my truck started doing this. And I'm like, whoa, whoa. And I'm turning, and I'm like, whoa. And now it's pouring down snow. There's no lights through Pennsylvania. And there's big hills. So I'm going up these hills. And, I slowed down. I kept it at 45 miles an hour. There was no swaying back and forth. But going down the next hill, we had been going uphill for like 6 miles. Now we go over the top and we start going downhill. And this trailer and its weight is pushing my little truck. And we're getting faster and faster and faster. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, and I'm doing this. I'm going back and forth. I'm doing this. And all of a sudden, I skid sideways and I see my trailer and my fish tank almost next to me. We were jackknifed. And then it went back the other way. And I'm like, oh, God, we're going to lose it now. It went all the way on this side. Went up on 2 wheels, right? On the whole car trailer went sideways. And then hit back down. And I was able to, correct it. Richie calls me on the phone. He's like, Dad, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm fighting for my life up here. This trailer's pushing me down this hill. And there's no lights. It's pitch black. It was crazy. But we got the fish tank home. And then even after we got it home, we had it on a forklift. And that tank fell off a forklift. Hit your car. He had this, what car was that? The Nissan.
Altima.
He had a Nissan Altima. And I had this thing up about 4.5 foot. They pulled the trailer out from under it. And I'm going to back up with it so I can set it down now. And the thing starts bending sideways. And I'm like, oh no. And I start putting it down and it starts sliding sideways. It hits Josh's front bumper, moves his car back 3 foot as it hits the ground and slides. And I'm like, oh my God, that whole corner of that tank is busted. There's no way. It moved his car 3 foot. So we start looking and there's not even a scratch. I mean, there's a scratch on it, but there's no cracks, no nothing. And hell, it's been full of water for what? 12 years since? 10 years? That tank went through some hell coming here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give it to Water Dog Aquatics for building that tank.
You pay for what you get. That tank in 2008 was 160 grand installed. You try and buy that tank to today, you're looking at 350 grand. Because I tried pricing a smaller tank, and they told me 150 50 grand for a 2,000 gallon tank. I'm like, holy shit.
Right.
The cost of these aquariums are getting astronomical now.
Well, it's the cost of that acrylic for one.
Yeah, I mean, glass too. I mean, it's just the manufacturing has gone up. This inflation lately is insane. People keep asking what's going on with the hand. We told a story earlier. It got broke by a 200-pound fish.
He got bit by a fish and it actually fractured his hand.
It wasn't bit.
What did he do? I thought you told me he bit you.
He hit me.
Oh, hit you.
200-pound fish. Freaked out. Hit me. About knocked me out.
Did you deserve it?
No.
He says no. Oh my goodness.
But like I said, you guys only get the video of me getting there and catching the fish out. They didn't
We cannot
want
release who
anything
it came
else
from,
disclosed.
none of that. So you're going to see some stuff, but there will be some questions left.
You guys can ask all you want, but I'm not allowed to say.
Right. You know what I want to do? Since this leaks now, I want to take this and cut a hole right in his eyes right here and put that on the camera. So when we talk, we're talking to Joey's face.
You know, what you need is to fill it full of water, put some lacquer over it, and sink it in the bottom of the tank.
Excuse me. Are you going to sign for me? He's forging my name right now.
Oh, son, honey. My name's more legit than yours.
Oh, you signed your name?
I don't break the law.
All right. So, if anybody wants us to a drink or tell a story or answer a question, send us a super chat. And
Yes, Brooke, this fish was massive. You know, he might even have been one of the largest fish. He might be the largest fish that I've, you know, wrangled up. It's pretty close.
I don't know no fish that we've dealt with ourselves personally that was any bigger.
Well, there's Brutus, but
He's
we
talking
haven't wrangled
inches.
him.
right. We haven't picked Bruce up,
We
so
haven't
that
picked
is the
Bruce.
biggest fish ever.
Yeah,
He's just a touch bigger than Bruce.
and I won. Yeah.
Oh, we can do expansion foam in there, and he'll be back to a full blow up doll again. The Joey blow up doll.
Yeah. Should I tell him what fish, or should I leave it a surprise? It came from a public aquarium. We saved this fish from a public aquarium.
Yeah. Gonna have to wait for the video, guys.
The tank was taller than I was. I jumped up in it.
All right. Kyle says I could build you a 3,000 gallon tank with plywood for like $500. Kyle, you can't. We built a 3,000 gallon tank
That was
4 years ago? 5 years ago? And it cost me $1,700. See you, Bonnie. Thank you.
We had the panel already.
And we had the glass already. And it was $1,700 for the wood and the paint and the supplies, everything to finish it.
If you were to do that today, it would probably be about $3,000 plus the panel would be another.
Yeah, that
probably
paint was what, $100 a gallon?
Yeah.
And we went through like, oh geez, I don't know,
We did
7-10 gallons, something like
we
that.
did 3 the first coat and then 2 each coat after it, and then we did 4 coats. So 9 gallons.
Yes, Ashley Smith says, not to mention the GoFundMe isn't just for the tank. The tank, they want, what was the lowest they said they'd go? 60?
Yeah.
Okay, it was a $260,000 tank, brand new. It's got a 26-foot acrylic window that is 8 foot tall.
Yeah.
And it's 3.5 inches thick. He paid $45,000 just for the acrylic, and then built the tank. So he wants the least he'll take for it is 60,000.
Plus transportation.
Then we have to go pick it up in Florida and bring it back here. Then when we get it here, we have to build an addition to put it on here. So we're under asking for the price. The price of 100,000 isn't going to cover the cost of the addition and the tank and our transportation and all that stuff. But we figured as much help as we can get will help us try and achieve this goal. Scott, did you get the boat running again? Yes and no. We got it running, but I'm missing a 6-inch piece of gas line and 2 hose clamps. We had to cut the gas line because the other one was a metal line all the way up and bolted in, and this holly carb went on different. So we had to cut it, but we ran a temporary gas line to the carb, and it starts right up and goes. So I got to take the extra piece of gas line that we cut out up to the hardware store. I was going to do it today. I didn't get to it. And then buy, like a foot of gas line that fits that line, and then 2 hose clamps. We're good.
And Kyle, another thing that goes into it, if you took that 3,000 gallon and you dropped it 4 foot off a forklift, that tank would shatter, the panel would shatter, as opposed to this, industrial grade tank. We dropped our 4,000 and it didn't even have a scratch on it pretty much. So it's like you're paying for the longevity of the tank. And if at any point, if that tank leaks, you're not having to replace wood and rebuild the tank. You just have to take the panel off, put new silicone on, and put it back up in. We've had this 4,000 going since 2008. It's been going. So now it's coming up on 28 years old, and I don't think it's going out anytime soon. So like, you get what you pay for. This tank was beautifully done. We're basically getting it for the cost of the materials. It's, steel construction, fiberglass reinforced plastic, and an acrylic panel that's 20 foot long, 7.5 feet tall,
No, 26 foot long.
Yes, you're right.
26 foot long because the tank's 30.
Yeah.
And then it's 8 foot tall, or the tank's 8 foot tall. So the window could be 7.5 or whatever. But I got to answer this. Okay, everybody says, hey, you can write it off, and it's great. People don't realize writing off doesn't get you shit. Let me explain. If you're not making money, okay, let's say I'm Donald Trump, and I'm making, $700,000 a year, and I can write off things and bring it down to where I'm only making $100,000 a year. Then that's all I got to pay taxes on is what I made that $100,000. That would be better. We don't make no money with the rescue, so there's nothing to write off. When I tell people, the IRS says this thing, you got to do a 990. And the first question is, how much money did you make this year on the 501c3? I put down there, I think it was like 11,000 we took in as trade stuff that was valued at $11,000. They go, thank you very much. You're done. And you have to make more than $50,000 accrued in to be able to now do your taxes. Anything under 50, it says you're done. You're done. You don't even get to write off nothing. We're not making money to write off things. Now I write off my personal taxes a lot. Like I made $104,000 last year, and do I tell them I put in, close to $2,000 a month to the rescue, and then okay, so that's $24,000 I donated to the rescue. But if I do that, now I'm only making $70,000, and then I write off all the gas and electric water and sewer that I paid on all the houses. Now I'm down to only making $60,000. Then I write off anything, my gas for fixing the houses and taking care of the houses. I'm down to where I'm making $40,000 a year. Do I want to do that? Because now it looks like I only make $40,000 a year because that's what you write it off, and it comes down to that's all I have to pay taxes on. Well, all that you pay taxes on is what they say when you look back. That's what you made that year. Now you go to a bank and say, I want to buy another house. I want $300,000 loan. Well, you only made $40,000 last year. It's terrible. So I don't even say that. I don't even write it off. Last year, I wrote on there. I paid $22,000 in taxes last year, for my houses, property taxes, and then the what's the other taxes they make you pay? The insurances and all that stuff. It cost me $22,000, and it still shows that I made $104,000. If I'd have wrote a bunch off, I'd have saved maybe $30,000, but then it won't show on my record that I made any money. So it limits me. So I mean, I'm not an evil genius to where I'm going to write off everything. And it's just, I don't know. It's terrible. So, Catherine James says, you're a rescue. You should get some help. Don't know how they do it in America because I'm from England. There's really no help. What kind of help can they give us? We do GoFundMe's every once in a while. We did one for Reaper and helped him out get a new car. You guys, by the grace of someone sent in $3,000 and says, here, get Reaper a car. And that was amazing. That was out of the blue, and we didn't ask for it. They just did it. So what we did was we added a GoFundMe to it, and we were able to bring up another $5,000 to where now Reaper had $8,000 to buy a car with. And he bought a nice 2015 Ford Focus. He was driving like a 1971 piece of crap that broke down every week, that he had originally bought for like $250.
Sean Wright says, and I love these comments. He says, I'm trying to get you guys the money. I'm coming into some money, and I want to give you guys the money that I'm getting. Someone that we didn't ask for it. He just wants to do this out of the goodness of his heart.
Thank you so much, but don't do that. This is our dream. I did this as a father and son, thing, and my son will forever remember this. Him doing with his dad. Okay, long after I'm gone. So that was my thing, and it's our dream here. But we're trying to grow and trying to make it better and bigger. And if you want to help, great. Don't send us all your money. Don't send us, send us what you can spare, and we'd appreciate it, and that'll help. And
if you did, I mean, even if this new expansion goes through, and
it's going to go through one way or another.
You helped us do it, but with that much, this can then be the Sean Wright, annex of Ohio
The
Fish
annex.
Rescue.
We've got the fish room, and then the extension of the fish room, and now this will be an archway going to the next extension.
We would have to fly him out, do a bunch
swim with them in the video.
We'd have to have him plastered all over the wall. Like when you walk through here, this
is what happens to good people that help good people.
And then we also got the sponsor wall, which I have. Let me see how many names are up on it right now. Pull up my note here. As I'm keeping this, we have 25 names going up on the wall.
But you got a running list.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. Joey's here. Says,
Rob Elkins.
I miss?
Rob Elkins coming here and help in the morning. He'll be here at 10. Thanks, Rob.
Nice. Sean says, Big Rich, I'm coming into more money than just that.
Way to go, Sean.
Well, Sean,
I'm glad for you.
If it
That's
happens, awesome. That is awesome. And we can definitely make some great things happen.
Doompie says, your dream is now our dream, Big Rich. I love that. No, seriously. Here's the three main things I love in doing this with you. For one, hanging out with you. But
why the hell would you like that?
We've always been friends and, family. You know what I'm saying? We went dirt bike riding together. We went, we built model cars and model boats together with chainsaw motors in them. I mean, we built things, we built go-karts together. We were friends for a long time. And now we're still friends and getting along life. You've got your own life. I've got my own life. I've got some hardships in my life. I don't stress you out with it, So
speaking of that, I got this text message, right? The beginning of the stream, and I've been waiting to bring this up.
Okay.
So my wife, out of the blue, she texts me. She says, babe, I don't know why I just did this, but I used the calculator. I'm like, okay. She says, and I found out.
Way to go, Brittany.
She said, and I found out. We're ready for this.
Yeah.
If we make a baby on our wedding day, the due date will be on Christmas. Can we?
Oh, my God. You interrupted my story with this.
Yeah.
Brittany, give it one hell of a try. Give it the old college try. Oh, my goodness.
So, a lot let's let the people decide. Should we have another little one running around though soon, or should we enjoy it and let it alone?
I'd enjoy it. At least have 2 years between. You know, she's a year old. Give it another.
Well, she'll be 2 by the time the wedding happens.
Listen, Sue Ann says, Josh, I made 2 different donations. Will you put one of them in Steve's name? So she wants her name and Steve's names on the thing.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
No,
whoa,
of course we will. You stop it.
You let me mess with her, all right? They've been here enough times. They know how I joke around. Yes, let me go.
Dang it. Oh, I lost all the.
So, would you like it up there as, is it Steve and Sue Ann Campbell, or do you want your names separate on different
She wants
lines?
to separate, is what she was saying.
I had to ask.
Okay, Sean H said, did Josh punch somebody? You obviously weren't here earlier when we were talking about Josh and Joey, the king of DIY, had a boxing match, and Josh broke his hand, but finally, after years of trying, somebody shut Joey up. Well, that's going to get a response.
This was the happenings of a 200-pound fish that I was wrangling out of a tank. He broke my hand. All right.
Oh, no. Yeah, the kid will be robbed of a birthday if it's on Xmas or Christmas.
What's that?
The kid will be robbed of a birthday because he's on Christmas.
Yeah.
Got to be different than a birthday, you know, than on Christmas Day. So I see the king of DIY is here. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, Sean Royd also says, thanks, everyone. I really want to help out because of Tracy and Brian Barczyk. Both are going through things. I've had my parents go through some. What Brian Barczyk and my mom. Yeah, it's super sad, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, the silver lining with Brian, we know he's a fighter. And the last update he had was a great one. So we hope it keeps going in the right direction here.
The king of DIY says, we had a boxing match and Josh won? Right. And Rich fits into a small thong. I actually do.
you see the thing, you know, it's supposed to be a boxing match, but, you know, Joey got the wrong impression. He showed up in his Speedos. He said, all right, let's do this thing.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
He said, where's the
sounds
leather
like
couch?
Joey, though.
Said, where's the leather couch?
But he wanted to wrestle. It was the fun. I bet you Tamara would get jealous if he did that.
All right, let's see what else we got here.
Sean says, I want to come to the rescue and give you guys the money in person. Of course. Come on down. Oh.
No, set you up in the spare room down there. You can get the full experience.
Not only that, your old room, the dragon room. There's dragon wings for the ceiling fan. I cut out dragon wings out of 1/4-inch luan, painted them black. Looks awesome. Looks awesome.
Joey says Josh gave me a reach around,
Hurt his hand.
I was, you know, reaching around trying to find the damn thing, and I smacked my hand on the metal pole.
As we said, so y'all got a calling couch now? No, we have a casting couch. Kyle says, what time does after hours with Skylar start? Whenever Josh leaves. When's that going to be?
7:30.
7:30.
Yeah, and recently we almost rehomed everything in quarantine. Our tanks are looking empty out there.
Our 3,000?
You guys,
all of our quarantine
you guys
tanks?
remember we had 2 different aquariums come this week. So we got stuff out of the 4,400, the 3,000, the monster pond.
You know what I like about this? is now for the next month, our tanks are going to be so crystal clear because now there's more bacteria in the filtration than there is fish making dirt. So it's going to be on the top notch of filtering for the next couple months. Then the bacteria will die off and match the fish that's in there. Then it'll go back to just cool, you know.
Oh man.
Dude, my back hurts so bad.
Yeah. I'm ready to go home, go to bed.
Well, you've been hitting it hard, just like me today.
We got this.
I got up at 5 o'clock and have
tomorrow,
not been to sleep since.
We gotta go down to Cincinnati on Sunday.
For what?
Baby shower.
Oh, my other son, his baby, Richard, the oldest. He had his baby, and you get to go down there for the baby shower. I have to miss it. They had it on a weekend. I can't do it on a weekend. I have no nerves.
Oh, all right. What else do we have going on around here?
The GoFundMe. We need to put that link up.
About that.
Yep, we need to put that link up, and then I want to start pushing it and advertising it to all the other, fish.
Oh my goodness, people!
What?
Not YouTube, but literally TikTok and Instagram. I don't know what word to use, but they're just ridiculous.
What?
I take that 100-gallon globe tank and I give it to the Stanley Pool puffer. Now,
one little 4-inch puffer.
Online, they're like, you need at least, a 40-gallon tank for it. I moved him into an 80, moved him up to a 100-gallon.
He's in 100 now.
Yeah. These people are losing their mind because I have them in a 100-gallon globe. Now, mind you, I have a half-inch hose.
4 inches.
I have a half-inch hose going to a sump, feeding the tank, going back to the monster pond. So it's filtered by the monster pond, and it's just basically a reservoir of water. It has a standpipe through the middle that's covered in universal rocks
background.
And then I've got plants in there that he can hide in. There's driftwood on the bottom, and there's this small, it's like a coarse sand, but it's a type of cichlid rock. It's very fine. Like if I stuck a gravel cleaner in there, it would get sucked up the gravel cleaner. So he can go down and bury himself in the rocks. He loves the tank. When I'm not in there, he's down on the bottom, hiding in the rocks. When you come up, he's right there in your face, like, feed me, Dad. He loves it in there. People are losing their damn mind. Oh, you're an imbecile. You don't know what you're doing. That fish needs better
Wait a minute.
care.
So someone else is calling you an imbecile? It's just me.
Yeah,
Oh, Jim Sheasley sent in $5. Thank you, Jim. He's so great. He was here helping all day long.
He said that puffer looked tiny in that tank. So
you know what it is? Looking from the outside, there's a roundness, and it gives it it magnifies it. That fish is only 4 inches long. He looks like an 8-inch fish in that globe. He looks big. He's not that big.
And so another thing that they were complaining about was, he's got that distorted view. He's looking out all the time. It's going to hurt his eyes.
He's going to get a headache.
And I'm like, these comments almost got to me today, and I almost
went on a rant
on TikTok.
Put the GoPro down in there and see that it's not distorted looking out.
Well, no, just listen to my answer. So these people almost got to me, and on TikTok is where I usually go off the deep end a little bit, and I'll just say what's on my mind. And every time I do that, the videos go viral. The last time, we get all these young kids who think their shit don't stink, and they know what's better. And it's not people who follow us and know anything about it. They just found me on the For You page, and they want to chime in and talk shit. So, you can tell the people who are actually followers and the people who are just trying to stir trouble. So the people who are stirring trouble, I'll go on there and I'll speak my mind to, and then everyone who follows us gets on there.
You put them in their place.
Speaking my mind.
I'm like, Josh, you shouldn't have said that. That was too rough, buddy. He's like, no, they deserve it.
And then everyone just jumps in there and the comments blow up. And the last video that went viral is actually our best video, 4.1 million views in less than a month. And I gained about 105,000 followers from that video alone.
What are we at on
536,000.
on TikTok?
What
about Instagram?
116,000.
But we're up to 170 on YouTube now.
We are 35,000 away from breaking 1 million followers on our platform. So we're getting there. But yeah, so my comment back to all these people on this tank, I'm like, I'm not sure how many large acrylic tanks you have personally been inside of. But me, speaking from experience, if you get inside of an acrylic tank, it don't matter if it's a flat panel, a round tank, a cylinder, a sphere, a rectangle, a damn star for all.
You got normal vision going out.
No, if I'm inside that full 4400 and I'm looking out at you, your head's this big, your body's this big, your feet are fucking huge.
Really?
It like you're pointing at something. I'm like, I can't understand you.
I've gotten so mad at you for that. I'm like, right there, Josh. I'm knocking on right there, and you're like, there. I've yelled at you for that.
It's the water, the minuscule, curvature of the glass, the way the lights refracted. I can talk about so many different things that plays into it.
So you're saying every fish tank has this effect?
Yes.
So the globe ain't no different.
Correct. And actually, I stuck my head down in that globe and I looked out, and depending on where you're looking out of that globe, the picture actually looks kind of straight. So if you're looking at the globe, say if you have a 2-foot view, everything looks perfect in that 2-foot view. But if you try and look right, yes, everything out there kind of looks, bent and distorted, as should be expected. But if you look in a flat tank, if you try and look out and look right, what do you see?
I don't know. You're the one in the tank.
You either see a reflection back to yourself inside the tank, or you see some distorted view. You don't see what's out there. Like, I can't see the 3,000 from inside the 4,400.
Really?
No.
That surprises me.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like, sometimes like this, I love to prove people wrong, because you're talking out of the side of your neck on, ignorance. I'm speaking off of, facts. And
what we're saying, I'm as an observer like everybody else out here to these stories you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
You know what I say? Rant more.
Yeah, I mean, it's just fun conversation. I'm bringing it up to you guys because, it's fun. You guys understand. And, I'm just talking. So now what I think I'll do, I'll stick the damn GoPro in there, and I'll tell them all to blow me.
Okay, Mike Patrick says, I think one Fahaka is too big for a 3-foot tank. Yeah, when the Fahaka gets big, of course. But this is a different type of puffer. He's only 4 inches long.
He is a Tetradon du Bois. He's a Stanley Pool puffer. He maxes out at about 5 inches long. They are rare and sought after because they are from a remote area over in the Congo River Basin. Now, you think about Africa, it's very dangerous over there. There's not really direct flights to go and catch this fish. You got to fly in, take, cars over to this village and get a, local guide who then knows how to get there and then try and find these fish and collect them. There's only a few that are brought into the United States every year.
I've never heard of one before.
I see one for sale right now for $1,200. But at one point, I seen them as low as $600. But it's, the name of the game, who has it and what are you willing to pay?
Right.
So I'll put it right in the middle and say, hey, it's an $800 to $1,000 puffer.
I'm going to interrupt you for a second. Hey, Joey, we figured it out. We're going to fill you up with expanding foam so that my little love doll never ceases to amaze me. We need to do that. Marie Dean says it. It's, I mean, it's common sense. We need a video of what it's like to look out and be in a fish.
And also, when you think about the eyesight on a fish, for one, each fish is different.
I get you,
Their
Mike.
eyes are different, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like some fish might only be able to see a couple inches, a couple feet. Some don't even see at all. You know, it's just, you know, I don't know. I don't know the word I'm looking for. Mind-boggling that, you know, all people think because, oh, it hurts my vision, it must hurt theirs too. When in reality, this fish is in bliss.
Right.
Like, he doesn't want nobody else in his damn tank.
He had to stay in that 80-gallon by himself.
And actually, that 80-gallon, he was more pissed off because he would go down in the corner of the tank and sulk unless I was feeding him. He was not happy in that long, tall tank. I put him in the globe tank, decorations, places to hide. He's now, you know, wallowing down in the gravel. He comes out, says hi. You know, the perfect thing about puffers, if their tail fins are like clamped, then they are not happy. When their tail fin is fully erect, yes, I said that word. that means they are happy.
You gotta watch what you say when Joey's watching, son.
So a happy puffer is always an active puffer, and then you'll get, you know, people out there who don't really know about things like, oh, he's glass surfing, he must be, you know, stressed. You need to do better. It's like, he's not glass surfing. If he was glass surfing, this guy would be taking his tail and flapping it so hard, trying to ram the glass, going up and down, up and down, up and down, to where he's swimming up, down, back and forth, around, loop-de-loop, going through the rocks, coming back out. And, you know, it's signs of a happy puffer, not a stressed puffer.
Right.
A stressed puffer is going to go down there and sit there and do nothing. So, you know, after I hop off the stream here, I'm not going to go make a response video to that. And
I want to, you know, put a thank you out to all the people that showed up here and helped me today. We had Mark, who was done with his community service. He came back and helped for nothing. We had Jim Sheasley showed up and worked his butt off all day long. We had, who else was out there? Skylar, she worked her butt off. Me, Jerry. Oh, Kathy, she worked her butt off. So there's 5. And then we had the 3 girls from home community service. They did okay. They did decent work. And then you showed up and boom, everything that I had questions about, you took care of immediately, and we got it done. And we worked all the way up until it was 5:43 when I came in here to start the stream. You know, so I mean, we worked busting. Thank you guys for showing up and helping us. I mean, thank you so much. Oh, and Reaper. How can I forget Reaper? They're coming back tomorrow morning. Reaper and I think Mark. I don't know if Jim Sheasley's coming back. Did he say he's coming back?
I don't think so.
But Kathy, Skylar, Jerry, you'll be here before the live stream or before the opening of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get it finished. We're going to get it finished. I mean, we have put out so much stuff that, yeah, Jim Sheasley says, don't forget Reaper. we did so much work today. There's Mark. And you know, these guys we got shit done. We worked hard and got a lot of stuff done, carried a lot of stuff from a lot of places. We put out more than I ever thought we had here. I didn't know we had this much. This is going to clear up a lot of space for us and help us out.
Tariq says you don't have a link to.
Go ahead.
You finish.
Not to mention all the proceeds from this sale is going right into the OFR account towards this tank. So, I mean, it ain't like me and Josh are selling things and we're going to keep the money. No, it's all going into the OFR account. It's OFR leftovers, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
So, Tariq, I just looked. You are right. My dad's videos do not have the TikTok description.
I have a link to go to TikTok.
You have it. It's a link back to YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, TikTok, YouTube.
Oh my God.
I will get that.
I've been
fixed.
copying and pasting that forever.
I will get that fixed
I will
for the
fix
next
that.
video. But yes, all our social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, which is now X. It is all Ohio Fish Rescue. So it is fun to find us on there. I do post different content on them all. So yeah.
He's a machine. He's posting shorts. He's posting reels. He's posting, Facebook. What are they called on there?
There's regular videos and reels on Facebook.
Okay. He's just doing it all. There you go. AZ. Thank you, AZ. We can always count on AZ. He's right there. Him and his woman. You guys got the perfect marriage. You guys are awesome. Thank you. They're always there and has, every link we need. We talk about it. They're there and they're putting it up.
Yeah, Tariq says, yeah, I know I do follow it, but I noticed the link isn't
Thank you for
there
saying
on its
something.
best
We will
day.
get it fixed.
Yeah, thanks, bud.
How did we not see that?
I know my last video before this one, so last week, I know it was correct because I changed the
Your video,
link.
but not mine.
But then this last video, I went and copied your description. And so
Did you? So you did the same thing?
Yeah. Well, I was sitting there driving on this rescue. I'm like, oh shit.
Monkey see, monkey do.
It's 6 in the morning. I'm driving down the road. I'm like, shit, I gotta release this video in an hour.
Right.
I'm sitting there driving. I'm like, oh, there we go. Do this, do that. Try doing this as quick as possible. All right, so before this gets dark, I actually want to go and do this video, so I thought I can have light in there. So I'm going to send Skylar in here.
Okay. See you, Josh.
All right,
Thanks, buddy.
guys. I will see you all next week. Or
Look at him take his Ciroc and go.
I'm taking my trash.
You're taking your Ciroc.
Putting it in the cabinet. See you guys. See you all next week on another live stream.
Skylar, come on in. Skylar, come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. I hear him falling over trying to get out here. Kathy sent in $5. She says, Rich, this is for you to buy your own marker. I've got your marker. Why do I need to buy one? Oh, my God. You should have had that pre-warned. I'm telling you, it's time for you now, and you come on in. Oh, my God. She's complaining, guys. She don't want to come out. Can I have anyone else that wants to do after hours with me? She says, oh, shut up. Yeah, she don't know who Bob Barker is for sure. She don't know who the Beverly Hillbillies are. She don't know who Alfalfa and Spanky is. She never knew any of these great shows. Really? Who is the originator of the He-Man Woman Hater Club? It was a TV show? Which one? One of them. See, she don't know. Oh, my God. Oh, my back. Oh, what do we got here? Yeah, it's not like Skylar to not want to join in. Catherine James is calling you.
Come on here, I'm done.
Yeah, it's okay.
I need vodka to deal with you.
To deal with me?
Yeah.
I need vodka to deal with you. These three girls that came from community service were so nice today. I'm like, see, Skylar, that's how you need to talk. Look how nice they are. She was like, I'm talking to Reaper, and she comes up and she stands there. She don't say a word. And then finally I stop and she goes, excuse me, can I ask you a question? And I'm like, sure, go ahead. We're not used to people being that nice around here. We're used to Skylar. She just interrupts anytime.
That's the first time you met them. You know what Reaper told me today?
What?
He was like, he looked at me. He's like, "You're awfully quiet." Because
Okay.
we have that ongoing joke about me always interrupting and crap.
Yeah.
And I was just being
So
quiet.
it's not an ongoing joke. It's the truth. She needs an education, Mr.
And then-
Okay, of course.
And then you told me that I'm always calling you old and stuff. But
You call me decrepit all the time.
well, are you not?
I am not decrepit. I am amazing for a 60-year-old man doing the stuff I do that you can't keep up with me.
Rich.
You like, I am so absolutely
But you sit
exhausted.
there like this.
Don't
do
you-
this,
don't
do
you-
this,
don't
do
you.
this. Yeah.
I run the crew and I'm out there from morning till night.
Was it not decrepit? I need help picking this up.
I can't bend over. It hurts me too much.
Yeah, me
I
too.
fell off a boat.
It was before that too. That
Oh
would,
my
in
God.
theory, make you do. Remember, I looked up the definition of decrepit, and you thought I was joking about it.
She looked up the
Wait, let me
definition
pull
of
it up.
decrepit in the dictionary, and it had a picture of me.
Can I read off the definition? Here's your card back.
Give it to
I
me.
probably should put that on camera.
Sheesh. Do we have any canister filters? Yes, there's probably like 30 of them lined up out there.
All right, so
Lars Bremen says, there's Skylar, the drunken sailor.
wait, let me look at the definition of decrepit for you guys, because it's hilarious. Also, I figured out a problem that we're going to have tomorrow.
What's that?
We don't have a nurse tomorrow. I'm going to have to stay inside.
You're going to
again.
have to stay inside and watch
My
Tracy.
mom's coming, so I'm going to have to come out for a little bit, but you can use your phone, right? When she's here for just like an hour?
Yeah.
Sue and the dollhouses are coming along. I just got all the stuff I need to finish them, so it is going better. Okay.
Sean H said, did anyone say man overboard when you fall off the boat? We were in my driveway and I fell off and hit cement. No one said man overboard.
You know what's gonna be nice though, Rich?
She did laugh when she saw the video after I showed her the cameras, the
Well, I
security
brought it
cameras.
up to you. I was like, remember, there's security cameras out there. You're like, oh yeah, there are.
Here,
Decrepit.
I have this. I want to show this. I'm putting together a compilation of funny things.
No, don't show it on the thing so it can be in the YouTube video.
Oh, it's going to be on a YouTube video. But I just want to show this. Okay, you guys ready? Ouch, ow, ow, ow.
Decrepit.
So she gets off here. Watch this. It's funny. She comes down. She can't find the trailer. Oh, where's the trailer? Oh, she's, oh. She scraped her arm. I'm sorry. I had to.
I have the definition pulled up of decrepit. Would you like me to read it for you?
No, wait till after they see me fall off this.
Okay.
boat.
No, don't show them that one yet. Save that one for the video.
This is going to be for our compilation of. There we go. I'm falling and I can't get up. I got another one of my son, Joshy. He never push started a car before. I had a dune buggy here with a Volkswagen motor in the back. It was a sandrail. And I'm like, Josh, I'm going to get pushing you. Just pop the clutch and it'll start running, you know? So I'm beside him. He's in the driver's seat. I'm beside him. I'm pushing. And I'm putting all my effort into it. Finally, I'm like, okay, pop the clutch. And the clutch popped. The car started up and then ran me over.
Like I did with the Oh wait, add that to your video too. We got a video of me running over your foot with your dad's thing.
Yeah, you ran over my foot.
The definition of decrepit. Elderly and infirm. A decrepit old drunk is how it's used in a sentence. And
I am not a decrepit old drunk.
And then worn out or ruined because of age or neglect.
Worn out or ruined because of age or neglect.
Centuries old.
This is how you see me?
Yeah, you have to listen to this one in a sentence. Centuries-old buildings now decrepit and black with soot.
What? Worn out or ruined because of age or neglect. Century-old buildings now decrepit with black soot. That's not me. Worn out or ruined because of age or neglect. I am not ruined.
With age, you are, just with life experiences, you know, that comes with age.
Get off my show.
It's funny, Rich. It's funny. No, you're not decrepit. You don't look 60. I would say you look early 50s. You do act a little decrepit, but you don't look decrepit.
I'll tell you what, I felt decrepit coming up off the ground after the back of that boat. I was like, oh.
Decrepit.
That definition don't fit Rich. He still moves around. That's right. I've been busting butts since 5 o'clock this morning, and it's 5:36, 7 o'clock at night. I ain't had no sleep. I'm still going. She can't keep up with me.
I kept up all fucking day. All freaking day.
You came out at what time?
When we went to the stores, I was up at like 8. You came into
Right.
my room. You woke me up. I yelled at you. I said,
You
"What
yelled
the
at me.
fuck are you doing?"
I told you the night before we had to get up and go at like
I didn't
8:30.
know what time. I was in the middle of deep sleep. I didn't know. I woke up confused. I was like,
Oh
"What
my
the
God. Guys, let me tell you this. I had this dream last night. It was so beautiful. I was taking care of Tracy, and I woke up, and this is terrible. I was dreaming, I guess, because I thought it was real. I'm taking care of Tracy, and I lean over her to tell Bonnie something, and Tracy goes, "Ow, ow, ow, ow," and I'm like, "Oh my God, Tracy, you're speaking," and she goes, "Get off me, you're hurting me," and I'm like, "Oh my God, you're talking, you're back, honey," and the nurse jumps up and looks and stuff, and I'm like, "Oh my God, you can say something," she's like, "Leave me alone, my head hurts," and I'm like, "I'm sorry, baby. I don't mean to yell. I'm sorry. I'm sorry." And I'm like, "Wait a minute. You're talking to me." And man, all I wanted to do was get on the internet and show everybody that she's back, And then,
So she woke up bitching at you?
no, I woke up. And it wasn't true.
I mean, she woke up.
No, I woke up
I mean,
and it wasn't true. And, I went out there. It was 5:30 in the morning. And,
Aw.
yeah, I had to give her a kiss on her head, and it wasn't true. I was so happy in my dream, though. When I woke up,
Oh, so when you woke up, you thought it was still real?
I thought it was still real, yeah.
Oh, that sucks even worse.
Dude, it sucked. I thought she was back. It was great.
Well, I mean, hopefully she can get. I know it's harder. You know how like patients with trachs, you have to plug up their thing so they can talk. Hopefully, when she's able to get weaned off of her trach, which she's doing really
She
good.
can't do that until she's fully aware.
Oh, fully aware. She
has to be aware.
Well, a little bit aware will work.
She has to be aware and talking to
that
us.
sucks. Well, how can she
before
talk
she
if she
can-
has a trach?
She can talk. She can, squeeze hands. She can nod yes or no. Whatever. Blink once or twice. Whatever. She can still talk.
So if she can like squeeze your hand, so if she's like comes into the semi-conscious state, she'll be able to get off of it or start to get weaned off of it.
Yeah. Soon as she's aware enough to answer the doctor's questions, they're going to wean her off of the tray, close it up, and then she'll be back. To where we have to feed her now food and stuff. Probably baby food,
Yeah.
but we would have to do that.
If
No more,
she gets
what?
off of it, doesn't close up, would you bedazzle her like plug thing that they put on the trach?
You want me to bedazzle Tracy's tray?
No, the plug.
What is wrong with you?
Well, if she I think she would like a bedazzled tray. She would like a pink one.
You don't know Tracy.
Yeah, I've seen all her clothes. I don't know what
Why would you think she'd like a bedazzled tray?
Tracy would like it. She'd think it was pretty. Would she not? Am I wrong here?
Lucky guess.
It's not a lucky guess. All of her clothes are in there. I see them all. They're all bedazzled.
Yeah, it was hard to wake up from that because all I wanted to do, I told the nurse and she was all happy with me. All I wanted to do was get on the internet and tell you guys and show you, And then when I woke up and it was just nothing was real. Nothing was matching up to what I just witnessed, And I walked out here and, it was such a letdown this morning.
So you didn't even realize that it was like you waking up, you thought it just like happened, you were gonna walk out and see.
I thought it just really happened.
That
I was
sucks.
so happy. It was crazy.
I told you I had a dream the other day that Tracy woke up and I had another friend here. You know, Kathy's my friend. Jerry tolerates me. But I had a dream I told you about.
See you, Mark, buddy.
I had a dream I was watching her or something and she started talking. It was like the
What'd
same
she
thing.
say?
I forget, but she was like, I'm really tired. Can I go back to sleep? And we're all like, yeah, of course you can. And then she went back to sleep, but like she was up for like a day and like she was helping me get all the household chores done and stuff. And
Oh, so you were in love.
we were having a great time, Tracy and I.
You got all the chores done. You're having a great time.
Yeah. We were laughing. I think we made fun of you probably a couple times. Yeah.
You made fun of me. Tracy would never make fun of me.
We called you decrepit or something.
No,
So I
all
don't
she
remember.
wanted was to be remarried to me. If you called me decrepit, she would yell at you.
She wakes up, she's gonna be like, he's a little decrepit.
No, she's not.
Maybe it's a sign. We both had I had mine the night before you had yours, Rich.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that weird? Because remember, I woke up and I told it, or like, I came in, I knocked on your door, and I was like, Rich.
All right, hold up. Sue Ann, I'm gonna have to call her out on this. You came over my house. You didn't cook for me.
Yeah, she did. She made the steaks, and she made them amazing.
No,
Yeah, she did. She helped with the steaks. Suine was the one that cooked
I don't
the
remember
steaks.
that.
Yeah, she made them, and she made them great.
We had like spaghetti or
No,
chili or
Suine
something.
made steaks for us, and she did a killer job. Those are the best steaks I think I've ever had.
All right, I'm gonna have to call bullshit.
No,
So
not
you
both.
shush. I'm gonna have to call bullshit so that
Kathy.
I can have you prove to me. Okay. I want her to prove it to me because she told me that her husband said that her gravy was better than mine. I want to see her gravy. I want to see. Now you're saying steaks are better. I
Oh
don't
my
remember
God.
cooking steaks,
She
but she
cooked the
did.
steaks.
So I want to see them because I was drunk.
Yeah, that's why you don't remember them. They were so good. Oh my gosh, it was like,
JC said, "Sounds like you might have had a lucid dream, dude. It was so real. I mean, so real, and I was so upset when I found out it was a dream."
remember the one time I fell asleep while watching Tracy, or no, I wasn't watching Tracy. I was sitting in the living room with Tracy, and I was watching TV in here, and you came in and woke me up or something, and I had no idea who the hell you were.
Yeah.
I was like, crap. Now I understand, like, what it was like for probably because you said Tracy lost her.
Sue Ann says, "Buy the steak, and I will drive there.
Tomorrow,
I will go to the butcher
tomorrow, she said.
and buy 2-inch thick steaks."
All right, do it tomorrow. She said she'll drive there tomorrow. Have you burnt any cardboard boxes lately, Skylar? No.
Let's talk about your cooking.
I cook for myself, but I can't
No.
cook for others. I like a lot
You
of
can't even
small
turn on the oven without looking inside and find out there's a pizza in there. And
I
then
wouldn't look. Why
you
would I look?
heated it up until it burnt and
I
smelled up the house.
over-exaggerated, and I didn't smell up the house.
Oh, it smelled up the
Drama.
house. It smelled up the
Well,
house.
no, when I woke up, when you said Tracy like had that weird, you didn't like remember anything for like a little bit. Like that's what I felt like when I woke up that one time. That was the weirdest thing that I've ever experienced. In
All
my
right,
life.
Sue Ann, know this. I've been single a long time. You bring over, or you come over and cook my steaks, and you bring over the stuff for sausage gravy, and you pass the test, I won't let you go home. You will now lose your husband. I'm an old guy, and all I love in life is food. I love your husband, but he'll lose you if you come over and cook for me, and you're better than me. Oh, my goodness.
I need to drink. I'm tired.
You didn't even get a drink?
You're
Oh,
yelling
okay.
at me. I had to hurry. I don't know if I poured way too much in.
I wasn't yelling at you. They were yelling at you.
No, you were like, "Get in here, Skylar," and I'm like, "Hold on." Takes time to pour vodka. I can cook. I like things cooked a certain way, so I can cook how I like to cook. Rich cooks hearty. I cook with a lot of fruits and vegetables.
I cook rib stick and stuff,
Yeah, I don't. I do the opposite of that.
I love
cook light stuff.
creamy, chicken and noodles or chicken and dumplings. And it's got to be creamy. Not, you like everything with broth. You drink the broth,
Yes.
and that's all you want is the broth. I see that as a waste of food. I eat the food out of the broth. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta make 2 variations. We gotta test this series. See who likes who. Shawnee says Skylar burnt the pizza because she wanted the pizza delivery.
Who was the one that sent the creeper video?
No, it wasn't Mr. Woody. It was somebody else. They're blocked. Now I'm banned from the channel. Pamela Romer says, I missed a few months. Who is Skylar? I come on for after hours.
You be stupid, it says. You be rich. Will you take 2 Ultimate Angels, 4 years old, and 2 or 3 big tanks? Of course I would. I would never say no to any fish.
Who am I, Rich?
Redneck says, look, hey, Big Rich, you need to get Skulls on here. People don't know. He's talking about Sam Skulls.
I don't know who that is.
He's a guy. He's an artist. He's coming by here in November, at the Ohio Cichlid Association extravaganza. He's going to be here, visiting with everybody that comes here, and he's going to be selling his artwork here.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing Skulls. I met him in person. He's
Yeah.
awesome.
He's a hell of a guy.
He's cool. I like him. I'm sorry, Sam. If Sam's watching, I'm sorry.
Pamela Romer says, I missed a few months. Who is Skylar? I'm still trying to figure it out. She is a volunteer that came here for like 2 years with her boyfriend, then broke up with her boyfriend, then lived with her mother, then got thrown out of her mother's house, needed a place to stay. So I said, you can live here, help me out around here, clean the house while I take care of Tracy.
And then I brought boats over.
Because at that time, I was taking care of Tracy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And she didn't do much cleaning. She was horrible.
Oh, shut your...
You were horrible at
At
first.
first, not now. I'm good at now.
You have done so much growing up since you've been here. But at first,
At first, hey, we're talking about the now times. So
we're talking 9 months ago, you were horrible. I am not horrible.
Screw you for giving me a free place to stay. Menace. I'm a goddess from the Shadow Realms. That's true. Remember when you always banished me to the Shadow Realms when I was naughty for a week or something?
Yeah.
I'd get banished to the Shadow Realms. I didn't see. Go up a little bit because I didn't see some of those comments up there. I'm too tired to be cheeky tonight.
Dude, we have been going, well, I've been going since 5:30 this morning.
Well,
I woke
slept all
up
night.
probably about 9:15.
Yeah, I didn't fall asleep till like 4, but I also fell asleep at 6 and woke up at 11.
You didn't wake up at 11. I got you up at like 9:15.
Oh, so I probably slept from probably 6 to 9, and then I slept from 4 to 9. So 3 plus 5, 6, I got 8 hours exactly. But
She walks around here. I am so exhausted.
Oh my god, I don't say that. No, I said
You do say that. That is your
no.
comment
This is
around
what
here.
happened this morning. You came, you knocked at my door, you woke me up, and I said, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Because I didn't know what was going on. And then you were like, "What
You
the heck?"
yelled at me.
I yelled at you, and then you were like, "Come on, take your meds. You gotta get up." And I was like, "No, screw you. Leave me alone," or something. I still wasn't aware at this point. I think I was still in dream state. And I sat up for a little
Oh,
bit.
Joanna Nell says, Rich, do you miss Tracy? Of course I miss her. She is, Tracy's sweet tea. Not really, because we're doing the sale tomorrow. So after 6, then we're fine.
They want to be here for the sale.
They can come for the sale and stuff like that, but I've got the sale until 6. I'm going to be busy.
Sue-Ann and Depth are coming.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yay, Sue-Ann. I miss Sue-Ann. Hey,
They're
Kathy,
always welcome here.
You want to help me tomorrow?
But
occasionally, because I'm
let me
not just
see.
sitting here all day with Tracy. I want to be out for a little bit of sale. I know, I'm sitting same for like 30 minutes or something. So I'm going to have to go out there because my mom's coming. I'm not going to be able to spend any time with her.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Redneck for life 61890. You need 10 to 12 hours sleep. It's okay. I'm the same way. Yeah, that's right. They know how it is, Rich.
Okay. I wouldn't mind doing that. And I would want to rather MMA Jake Paul or even Logan because, you know, I was a bouncer for 18 years and I've never lost a fight. But it was because I could hang in longer. There was more talented fighters than me that were getting the better of me. And I hung in and outlasted them and threw them down and jumped on top of them and whooped their damn ass. So MMA is for me. I'm not a boxer. Boxing, you have to hold to certain rules. No. You know, my best line in the bar was, you know, hey guys, come on. This is my first night. The boss wants you guys out. You know, come on outside with me. I'll smoke a joint with you, you know. Just I don't want no trouble. And they'd always go outside. I'd go out, close the door, and they're outside. They can't get back in. Done. My job is done, you know? And that was the easiest, you know. People used to pay me $20 to put people to sleep with the sleeper hold. You know, it was them days. That's the way it was back then. Now, so if I was to fight them, I'm not really a boxer. I don't want to be honed down to a certain set of rules. But if, you know, one of them stands there and I go running at him, you got 325 pounds running at you. Are you going to stand up and I'm going to bounce off you? No. Your ass is going down with me. And I'm going to fuck you up from there. That's all there is to it.
In MMA, I mean, the rules, they're pretty slack.
He meant to say, the Rich main event knocking out Jake Paul and King of DIY knocking out Logan Paul, and then Big Rich and Joey are beast. He put bitch Rich. I know that wasn't intentional.
Sean H.S., are you going to do any more videos on AQUARIUM products?
Of course. We're using them and we're going to keep on doing videos for them.
Yeah, we're waiting on. They should be sending us a tank. They said they're going to be sending us one of their bigger tanks.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting on that, so we can finish the videos.
Okay, so now let me re-answer this question. It says, Rich, do you miss Tracy's sweet tea? Oh my God. Her sweet tea was the best. It was so good. I couldn't get enough of it. I promised her, you know, sweet lovin's for more tea, whatever I had to do. I wanted more of her tea. You know, her tea was the best. Scott, you still got the sleeper hold down?
Yeah.
I taught all three of my sons a sleeper hold. I taught them, you know, figure four leg lock. I taught them a bunch of moves to where if they get in a fight, they can, you know, hold themselves.
Well, you taught it to me because I was like, I could take you, Rich.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
And then Rich was like, no, you can't. I was like, you're like, are you sure about this? I was like, yeah, I'm sure. And so I got you, and then you were like, you just kind of pushed me aside, and then you got me in the sleeper hold. There was like, tap. I was like, done. After like 15 seconds, you almost put me to sleep, Rich.
It only takes about 8 seconds to go to sleep.
Yeah, no, it like crushes your, and then my throat hurt.
Everybody thinks it's the throat right here.
No,
And it's
so
not.
Is it?
You have your arm coming down and your elbow right here and your arm going back up. It closes your
Everything's shut.
artery on each side of
It
your neck.
hurts so bad.
You have no blood going
Gives
to
you
your
a
head,
headache.
and then you go into a euphoria sleep. You wake up euphoric. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, 10 minutes later, you're like, wait a minute. Did you put me to sleep? And you get all mad. But when you first wake up, you're euphoric. You know?
Yeah, Rich can still do the sleeper hold.
Yeah,
I
can still
really
do
thought
the
I was
sleep
going to
hold.
get you with your decrepitness. You were nice at first. You should show us the sleeper. You don't do it seriously again, but
I think Joey would have a better chance at Logan, but we'll see what they do. Now, Joey against Rodrigo. I don't know Rodrigo's skills. I just know that he's like one solid piece of muscle, you know? He got no flab on him. He's thick as shit. But if they're held to a certain set of rules like boxing, it's whoever's game at that point. Now, if they're MMA, I don't know. I'd go for the bigger guy that can pick you up, throw you down, and sit on you. You know what I'm saying?
show us the sleeper on Skylar. You want to do just do it. Don't do it seriously.
Don't do it seriously.
No.
Okay, lean over here. You walk up behind somebody, and it's just very simple. No, look that way. You're scared.
Yeah.
You walk up behind somebody, and you just, you know, you look that way. You just instantly put it on. It's done. It's over with. It's easy, and it's all over with in like 10 seconds. They're sleeping. You know, just plain simple. Are you okay? I only applied it for a second.
We're gonna get some fun screenshots for that one. Big
What's the
red
face
teeth
you made?
woman. A fishy question. Middle T and
She
Tyrone.
stood up and pushed me backwards.
Wait,
Once I'm on, I will never let
can I
go.
do this? Can I try one with you?
I've had people. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
No, you got it. Let me try for a second.
I will never let you do it.
Oh, no.
You don't have it. That shit is there. You can never put me out.
I'll get you one. Somebody said Aqua is coming out with an inline external heater. Looks pretty cool. Did I get you for at least a second?
No, I had my fist here. You can't get my lock on my throat. And then you had it above my chest. Sit down, woman. Sit down. You will never get past my defenses. I've done through this for too long. Okay, look, this is just let go.
I let go. You let go.
Okay, I'm not going to let go. You sit down. Sit down. There's a whole lot more than just the sleeper hold. Okay, I've been doing this all my life.
Hey, I got you with that. I got you with the creative move though. There, didn't I?
Oh my god. You were looking frightened.
This man's had too many chins. So and that's not very nice. Scott, sorry.
Okay, Scott says we're in the Guinness Book now. Yes, I am in there for the longest competitive mullet in the world.
Skylar has a strange way of hugging.
Yeah, she does.
Oh no, we need clips of this for the Facebook group. You can add this into
Anybody
your little,
can rewind this and take the picture of you
No,
in the
no.
sleeper hold.
You can put this in your little montage you got going on here.
You were really seriously trying to defend.
I'm
I'm
gonna
just
do it.
sitting here.
The Vespes family said backyard sleeper.
Yeah, that don't hurt me. Get away from me. I've been doing this too long. Sit down. I've done this all my life. Just sit down. See, that doesn't bother me. Try it. That doesn't bother me. See, what I don't understand is why does it bother you? Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Now, come here. Turn towards the screen. Why does this bother you? My mouth's still open. Sit down.
I got you a little bit.
No, because I opened my mouth. You can't get past me.
What? What? You can't do it if you open your mouth?
You're putting your arm against my chin. It'll never crush my throat. Yeah, I've been doing this for 30 years. I haven't taught you anything that'll deflect anything.
Well, you taught me one thing, and then now I forget it though. But
I taught you something you forgot.
don't hurt him, LOL.
I think Joey could knock out Jake Paul for sure. Big Rich
I
could
don't
take
know about
both the
that.
Paul brothers.
I think Jake would knock out Joey.
You think? Dude, Joey's my friend. Why would you say that? Joey, get her.
Jake, I mean, the Paul brothers have been really serious about their training. I mean, we watched that last fight with them, or with Jake, and that was a good fight. Jake, I mean, whooped Nate Diaz's ass pretty much, and Nate Diaz is one of the best fighters.
You got to remember in the Nate Diaz Jake Paul fight.
Nate was so out of shape.
Listen, he was definitely out of shape, but middle of the fight, he put Jake Paul in this headlock
Yeah.
that would have ended the fight if it was MMA.
Yeah.
And he held it for 3 seconds and then put his arms up. Remember that?
Paying for the MMA fight with them.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. Because we're like
Nate's
this is-
saying he just won.
the entire
You know what I'm
time
saying?
we were like, this isn't MMA. What are you guys doing?
Right.
There's some good fights coming up, by the way.
Oh yeah, here. Let me show you this. Give me a hand.
No. This might
No. This is just a Vulcan nerve fight. What was that noise? What was that?
I don't know. That's the noise of stop. It's like oi. Like oi.
Oh my god. Did you like the way I made you sit down when you had your elbow, or I had your elbow in my hand? Did you like that?
How you made that? Do you like the way how I made you
No.
sit down?
When I made you sit down, and let me show you. Let me show you. Stop. I'm not going to hurt you. When I had you, come here. Put your arm up. I had you like this. Wait, stand up. I had you like this,
so
and I had you like this.
did
right
you
here.
like when I turned around and went over and get around
No.
you? Stop!
Right.
No!
How did you like that?
Do you want to get your ass beat, old
Oh.
man?
Oh man, you called me old man. Wow.
Who's your favorite boxer, Rich?
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, Tyson was just dead. Like when he went into the arena, you just saw pure murder in his eyes.
Yeah, it was. I wouldn't want to mess with Tyson.
He's like a really nice dude though, outside of it. Like, but as soon as he got to like the cage, he just like changed.
But if he came here and tried taking his carpet back, I'd have to fight him.
Yeah, who do you think's the best MMA fighter? Because I know I got mine.
MMA?
Yeah.
See, I go back to way far in the back.
Well,
you know what I'm
UFC,
saying?
like since Dana White took over.
Jeez. Man, there's so many different good fighters from that.
I gotta go with Khabib Nurmagomedov.
No.
He won every fucking fight.
So did many before him.
He is like literally one of the best fighters in the world. He
Now,
killed McGregor.
who's McGregor?
Conor McGregor.
Who's he?
You don't know who Conor McGregor is?
Featherweight, loudmouth, crackhead.
Yeah,
Okay.
but he was one of the best.
Khabib
in the
was
world
able to
at-
beat him.
Yeah, but he was one of the best. in the
Khabib
world.
comes up to here on me.
He was one of the best in the world at the time.
Lightweight.
That he still killed Conor after Conor was just winning nonstop.
There is so many fighters way before him that would have
Oh,
just
there's a couple.
desecrated him.
There's
Couple?
There's a couple I can think of. I forget their names, so I have to see it on
You
paper.
forget their name.
Ooh, there's one.
Let's start with this dude named Randy. See, you're clueless. Oh my God.
I don't know.
Let me show you some stats.
Hey, Big Rich, when are you doing a dance in the sprinkler with your leopard thong on?
Okay. Now look, I'm going to show you some stats. I put the search down. His name was Randy Couture. Okay.
Okay.
Baddest motherfucker on the planet for many years. Okay. Now let's look up his flat. MMA legend Randy Couture. Randy Couture, blah, blah, blah. How old was Randy Couture in UFC? Blah, blah, blah. Did Randy Couture beat Randy Liddell? Yes, he beat Liddell.
Do you realize we're talking about UFC on a fish stream?
Yeah, and you're wrong because you know these
Khabib
featherweights.
Nurmagomedov.
UFC legend Randy Couture suffers a heart attack. Oh my God. Heavyweight champion Randy Couture suffers a heart attack. Okay. Brock Lesnar. He lost to Randy Couture. Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
That's a beast.
That's impressive.
He beat Chuck Liddell. Holy shit. Do you know who
Chuck
Chuck
Liddell
Liddell is?
Badass.
Right.
Okay, that's impressive.
Randy beat him.
John Jones is really good too. You know, there's going to be a John Jones fight coming up soon. We have to watch the John Jones fight.
You got to watch this. Every Randy Couture finish ever. Watch that. Oh my God. So I know a lot more about MMA than you think, son. You're
You're
following this
stunned?
featherweight
I'm stunned
bullshit.
now? What the?
You know, okay, look. You're talking Conor McGregor can walk in here and him and Nate Diaz. They're both under like 140 pounds. I'd walk in there and kick their asses.
Somebody said, "Is this fighting or S&M?" I don't know. Maybe both. Who knows? I probably should.
Scott Willis White says that's like you fighting Reaper. That's what I'm talking about.
I'll beat your goddamn ass.
Yes, Randy was a heavyweight. Scott, of course. Macho Man Randy Savage, come on. That was WWA, not MMA.
There's also what's his face, the Irish guy who always gets fat, Paddy the Batty. He's really good, but he he's been supposed to fight and he hasn't been in any fights lately. Maybe
Let's do MMA Fridays. Randy Couture is the 6-time UFC champion, light heavyweight and heavyweight champion, and won the title at 46 years old. Dude was a beast all of his life.
Jose Aldo's good too. Yeah, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Cormier. Forgot about Cormier. He's really good. Who else do I know? Oh, George St. Pierre.
St. Pierre was a badass.
I think he's coming back too, or something.
Couture would have taken him out.
John Jones is number 2. John Jones is awesome. Anderson Silva is ranked number 1.
Really?
That's that. Okay,
He's old as shit.
that list is fucking bullshit right there.
No, Anderson Silva was a badass in his time. I will give him that. I wouldn't want to mess with him. You know what I'm saying? He's a badass. But come on now, we're talking Randy Couture.
We're having MMA Fridays now.
Yeah.
Well, you know how you were talking about possibly, maybe streaming a little bit on the side or something? We should do it during the fights. When we're watching the fight in the basement. How good would that be?
Stream while we're watching the fight?
Yes, our reactions to the fights.
Our weekends are, she finds the greatest fight, and then we stream it, we watch it, and we have a great time. And it's awesome.
Do we just have to figure out a way so we could only hear the
Don
TV?
Fry was great. Ken Shamrock was awesome. Hulk Hogan, come on, guys.
He was
That's
wrestler.
the wrestler, WWA. And when you're 7'4",
Fucking
there ain't
7
really
foot-
many that can do what, he's 320 pounds,
Right.
7'4", all muscle, 6-pack,
Would
holy shit.
Would he even be able to make weight for UFC?
No, he is so decrepit. You want to use the word decrepit? Hulk Hogan is decrepit now. He walks in, he's hurt, he's sore. This man has gone through hell in his life, and he is sore now.
Andre the Giant, somebody said. That dude was a badass. I love
You know
him
what
from
Andre the
Princess
Giant is
Bride.
most known for? He drank 160 Bud Lights
I knew
in
that.
one night.
Have you seen the can in his hand?
Yeah, it looked like a little doll can. Done. Give me the next can.
Yeah, Ronda Rousey was good, but she just went to crap.
I'll tell you what. No. You can say that. I wouldn't want to fight Ronda Rousey.
You wouldn't fight Ronda Rousey?
No.
You scared of her?
I'm not scared, but I don't want to tell my friends I got hit by a girl. And she would get a hit in her too. You know what I'm saying?
Hello from Japan.
Terry Funk was badass.
Bob Taylor said, who knew Skylar was into blood sports? LOL. I love MMA. You can ask Rich. I get super into all the fights. I'll be watching them when nobody else wants to watch them, and they'll just hear me screaming at the TV.
Redneck for life says, I wouldn't want to get beat up by her. I think Ronda Rousey is fucking hot.
Everybody does. I was trying to look up pictures of her. I was trying to see, how people could see it, and I just couldn't see it.
Okay. Roy Nelson, Mark Lee says, Roy Nelson had a mullet and beat up Kimbo Slice. Okay. Kimbo Slice was great as a neighborhood, you know,
Hi,
brawler.
Joanne.
Once he reached MMA, he got beat up all the time. He just couldn't hang. He did good for a little bit, and then it was over with.
Rich, look what you did to my arm.
Don't mess with a real dude. Just saying. See, you make these fists. Well, no, seriously. Put these fists back
I
up.
know I'm wrong.
Now put these fists back up like you were. Okay. Now here's the first. Sure. Here's the first thing wrong. Put your fist back up. Okay. The first thing wrong with your fist is to close your face. Ouch. Yeah. They're here for your protection, not to hurt you. Okay.
You
these
just
fists,
hurt me.
These fists should be out here. Touch one of mine. Yeah, it's a rock. Okay. These fists should be out here to protect you, not hurt yourself and get hit in the face. She's like, oh my God.
I'm calling for you, old man.
You don't understand what a badass I was all my life.
I got elbows.
She said I got elbows for you. Oh my God.
That was very nice.
That's funny as shit.
Rob Taylor said to Skylar, have a boo boo. Yes, you want to know how I got this?
How?
You want to explain how I got this?
We're watching a movie and she said something to me. So I pushed her and she's like, stop. And I'm like, no. And I kept pushing her.
The cat.
And I did so slowly, slow motion.
But
I
then
pushed
I
her
was holding
and she
back.
was like, and
It
she
wasn't going, so you
falls
gave me
off.
a big, no, you gave me a
Falls
big
off
shove
the
at the
bed.
end.
I did not. You fell off the end and took off. You.
I was trying to hold the cat, so I didn't want to. I didn't want to hurt the cat. I didn't want to crush the cat. So I was like, no, stop! I'm holding the cat. And you were like, and then like,
Oh my God. Oh my God, how funny.
Brock KO'd.
Yeah, there was a time when Brock did KO him. I'm not going to deny that.
Mr. Skippa the Duda
It says, wonder why she's single. Because you're a dingbat. Oh my God. His family says, got her.
Do you hear that?
Oh my God. She wants to talk tough and act all this tough shit. You know, it's just too funny.
Well, I remember when I got bit by the arapaima, I didn't say anything because I didn't want you to get
I
mad.
thought you were the baddest bitch on the planet. Because you come in and I'm like, what was all that noise? And you're like, nothing. And I'm like, okay. And I
Did you
start
go grab
grabbing
me
food.
something?
Yeah.
And I was like,
And then she pulls up her hand and it's all just blood everywhere. I'm like, what the hell happened? She goes, I was feeding the fish and I tapped the water and Brutus bit me. I'm like, don't ever tap the water. That's where their food comes in at. You know, don't do that.
well, the thing is, you see,
But she was not crying. She was not upset. She was just like, holy shit, he got me. You know, I thought she was the toughest chick ever.
well, you know what? You know why this is, Rich? It's because if I get hurt doing something dumb I know I shouldn't be doing, it's amazing the pain. But if I can get sympathy or a little bit of a, oh, it'll be okay.
Oh my.
That's what I'm like. Ow, it hurts so bad.
This is Skippy
If I can
Doo
get
says,
sympathy.
HR wants to talk to you two on Monday morning. We're in trouble.
Wait, what's the place that does all the tests to make sure your places are safe and stuff?
I don't know.
The safety guys. What's it called? The safety places. I did just tap the water. I went tap tap, and then I went boom.
Tap, tap, boom. There's a song like that.
Well, at first I was like,
What's the song I'm thinking of, guys?
JC.
Click, 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 boom.
No, what's it? OSHA? Yeah, OSHA. OSHA would be happy. All the sketchy shit I do around here.
Dude, you are surprisingly sketchy. I'm always looking out so you don't get hurt. I'm always telling you, don't do that.
I always can do the sketchiest things, so it'll be fine. It's like the normal things I can't do. I think I'm like maybe extra cautious, you know, when it
Oh
comes to
my God.
sketchy stuff. Would you agree with that? I'm extra cautious when it comes to the sketchy things. Okay, was I good at driving the boat last time we went on it?
Last time, yes. Not the first time.
Well, that's because I was just going full send, full throttle, you know. You gotta
Carelessly as possible.
no, you gotta deplete all brain cells when you're going full send, full throttle. It's the only way.
Look here. I used to be able to see what these
Yeah.
message
I
retracted.
know.
I can't see them now.
I haven't been able to either.
That's terrible.
Let me see if I can see it on my phone. Maybe
Saliva.
it's
Click, click, boom. Yes. Great tune. I love Saliva.
Let's see if I can see it. Oh no, it's because they removed the comment, not like a month.
Do you know who my okay? People have been bringing up, you know, WWE and stuff all night. Do you know who my favorite wrestler was? Who was your favorite wrestler? People say Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan. Who was your favorite wrestler?
I only know Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan. I never watched wrestling.
My favorite of all time.
Butterbean. That's my favorite.
Butterbean.
Have you never seen Butter? No,
He
that's
was
a
a fat son of a bitch.
no. He wasn't a wrestler though. I think
He was a
better-
he was a fighter.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Butterbean.
anyways, my favorite of all time wasn't like, you know, what was that guy's name? Shit, I can't remember.
favorite of all time.
It wasn't Sting. It wasn't like, you know, the what's the leader of the Four Horsemen?
Roddy Piper.
I loved Roddy Piper. I loved him. But yes, Magneto's got the Ultimate Warrior. I wanted to grow up and be just like him. I loved the Ultimate Warrior. Oh my God, he was badass. He had the best build, the best, and he got so just like psycho, you know, mad. I loved it.
Okay, no, we're not doing that one that you were just on again. We're not doing the music again tonight because we have to go to bed.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He was great. He came out with a 2x4. And he stuck his tongue out the side of his mouth. Hacksaw Jim Duggan was awesome. Stone Cold, yeah, he was great. He was awesome. Kurt, no, not Kurt. Come on, Vasquez family. Kurt, oh my God, he was a weasel. He, you know, he was great when he came from the Olympics, and then he got bigger and fatter and older, and he was, you know, just thicker, and you know, he changed sides, and he was a bad guy for a while. I didn't like, but Hacksaw Jim Duggan was badass. Roddy Piper, badass. The Ultimate Warrior, the best ever. Okay, people say stuff like this. Mark Lee, Metallica versus Pantera. I will take Pantera hands down. But
Pantera is better overall.
okay, here's the thing: the talent of the guitar and the singer, Pantera. The talent to come back and make more, you know, albums forever, Metallica for sure. But Pantera wasn't given the chance; they got taken. So yeah, Ric Flair was woo. Yeah, nah, I wasn't into him.
Rich's wrestler name should be the Ultimate Mullet, or should it be
No,
your
I was
stripper?
I was
name?
once dubbed Fat Lavender. That's the stripper name.
I was like, if you were a stripper, what would your stripper name would be? And
Fat Lavender,
you
because
look-
someone else told me that.
You looked at me and you said Fat Lavender, and then that's all you said to me. And you said it nonchalantly, like I should have known that already. Like I was like, oh, I'm sorry, Fat Lavender.
Oh my God. Sue Ann says Andre the Giant took her under her wing and took her to a party and then took me home in a limo when she was 10. Well, hell, that pervert. No,
I'm confused by the whole thing.
I'm kidding. He was a very nice man.
The Ultimate Mullet, but Fat Lavender, I think, is the one you gotta go with. Swain, we're gonna talk about that tomorrow.
See, the Ultimate Warrior was the best in my idea. You know, it was short lived, but damn, he was good, and he was so explosive. Oh my God, I wanted to be him when I grew up.
I can't believe that Josh broke his hand. I didn't know he broke his hand till
He
said
didn't. He
another
got a
thing.
fracture,
Right,
but
same thing. Also, you're talking about building the tortoise enclosure, but since we don't have them yet, you're building it just in case we get any more.
What?
We got to bring on that building the tortoise enclosure. Remember tortoises? Or did you get them back?
I'm going to get them back
Okay.
because they can't handle them.
All
So
right.
I'm building an enclosure. See, this is all stuff on upcoming videos you shouldn't be saying.
Well, you said it earlier in the video. That's why I was asking you about it.
Yes, people, we are getting our tortoises back. The people we gave them to, they're just too much to handle. They can't compete. They can't handle it. They had an outside dog enclosure, and the tortoises were going under the thing. So, Mark Lee says, Rich, just want to shout out. You're a great man and a true badass. I look up to you in so many ways. You know what? Thank you for that, because there's been so many times, when I was a bouncer for so many years, and yeah, I can, screw you up. I can fuck you up. But I didn't do that. Most people with attitudes would do that because you're running your mouth. I'm going to prove that I can, mess you up. I didn't do that. I did what it took to soften the situation, unload the situation. It was volatile. Now I do what at least as possible damage to bring you back down to this, and then walk you off the property. And I didn't need to prove to nobody I was a badass. I just handled people. So I thank you for that. I appreciate you recognizing that.
Aw, Sue-Ann said I was being babysat by someone and she left me at the after party. He sat with me the whole night and took me home.
Andre Giant was really a nice guy.
Yeah,
I made a joke, pervert, blah, blah, blah. But no, he was a very, very sweet, genuine guy. He really was. That's because Family says we will still watch. See, that's the thing. I'm 59 years old. I'm going to turn 60 here on September 3rd. I've never lost a fight. I did lose this eye. I did break bones. But I didn't lose the fight. You know what I'm saying? I kept on going. I would not. I fought way better talented men than me. And that should have won the fight. But because I outlasted them and kept getting back up, I whooped their ass. That's the whole thing, It's like the Rocky, series. No matter how much you beat him, he kept getting back up, and he won. That's how I was. The more you hit me, the more you piss me off, the more I keep coming. And I fought way better men. Like in Florida, I fought this guy Bill Ward. He was on the 84 Olympic team for what's that Chinese bullshit? Not Taekwondo,
Jiu-jitsu?
not Jiu-Jitsu, Chinese.
Krav Maga?
No. You think of somebody that knows, they're Chinese. They must know, karate. He was on the 84 Olympic team, okay? And I come out of my house down in Florida, and there was this guy that had this girl up against the wall. And I went running over. I don't know who the fuck he is. I don't know who the fuck you are. But he owned a dojo there, and he was this guy's girlfriend or boyfriend, and he had her outside arguing with her and picked her up and pinned her against the wall. And I went running over there, and I grabbed him and just shook him aside. I made her stand behind me. Are you okay? Okay, look. And this guy wants to get up and wants to come at me. And he's doing his full karate stuff, And, he came at me, and I took him down. I picked him up and slammed him against the wall where he hit his head and knocked him out. He hit the ground. The cops pull up. I'm still fighting him. And the cops pull up, and I guess they know him. So they come over, and they just grab me. I'm like, no, he's the asshole. He's the starter, He did this and that, blah, blah, blah. And they grabbed me, put me up against the wall. And he gets back up, and he comes over to them, and he's like, no, let that man go. Let him go. And he told me, he goes, look, dude, you got potential. Let me train you. I'm like, train you? You're an asshole. You know, you're grabbing a girl by the throat, hold her up against the wall. You know, I don't want nothing to do with you. You know, I didn't know who he was. Who's Bill Ward? You know, I didn't know he was on the Olympic team. I didn't know he owned his own dojo. All I know is you're grabbing that girl and I'm going to stop you. You know, and the cops, they didn't arrest me, and everybody left. Jets Carl says, come on, Rich, did you ever fight God? I never fought God ever.
When you fight Rich, you're fighting God.
What?
He's your God.
Stop it. Karate is Korean, really? I thought it was Chinese. Ooh, Randy Vid says Goldberg. Goldberg was a badass. You ever seen Goldberg? Him and Big Papa Pump. Holy shit, two men that totally impressed the shit out of me. They had these neck muscles that came up to here, to their ears, down to the side, you know, and they, I was like, holy shit, that's the epitome of a man. You know, I will never get that, you know. They were badass. Goldberg and Big Papa Pump. Yeah, John Cena's great too. Roman Reigns is great. Yes, I lost an eye. Shannon Johnson.
You lost your vision in one eye.
No, I lost the eye.
What?
Tracy had one of her girlfriends over, and she had some guy that considered himself a badass. And we were sitting there drinking all night and this and that. Next thing you know, he's outside yelling at her because he thinks she's flirting with me. And I go outside and I grab him off of her right up into the sleeper hole. And I hold him. And, you know, I got him. I didn't know that his brothers were there to pick him up. So I got him. I picked him up off the ground, and I'm holding him. Now, I can apply at any moment and take him out in like 8 seconds, 7 seconds, whatever. But I didn't. I just picked him up with that. He can't do nothing to me. And I'm like, dude, you don't touch women, plain and simple, blah, blah, blah. Well, his brothers come running out of the car, and they knock us over. Well, they're all smaller than this guy. So my thing is, I put him straight in the sleeper hole. I'm pulling it up. Next thing you know, before I get him out of the sleeper hole, because he's going to sleep, and then I'm going to fuck these guys up, I get kicked in the eye with a fry boot. And it took my open eye and turned it so hard that let's say this is the eye, this is your optic nerve. It turned so violently that it ripped off the optic nerve on the back, and it was only held on by 10%. So now I can't see out of this eye, but it's still feeding it blood, okay? Now, I'm sure you guys have heard many times that I've lost this eye. Well, this eye is solid red all the time, okay? I don't know if you can see. I'll look up, I'll look down, I'll look left, I'll look right. And you can see this eye, which is nice and white, okay? This eye here is dead. I can't see out of it, but it's still feeding it blood. They had to reattach the retina inside and do all that work. But here's the thing. I didn't know it. My eye swelled shut instantly. And I let go of this asshole, and I went running after those 3 guys. And they all ran for me down the street. By the time I got back to the house, because they outran me, I'm a big guy. I get back to the house, this guy's gone, and the police are there. And, you know, I didn't know their names or nothing like that, and his girlfriend wouldn't turn him in. So, plain and simple, I lost this eye for sticking up for a girl for no apparent reason, because she showed up in court and said that, no, that didn't happen. So, you know, but that was Tracy's wish, and that's what I did. And I didn't lose because they ran from me. But I did lose an eye, you know. Any other questions about any subject whatsoever? We can go back to the fish. We can go back to the wrestling. We can. You're not seeming like you're having a fun time.
I am. I'm just tired. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stay awake. If I heat myself up, it wakes me up a little bit more.
Carlos says Rich is whatever comes his way and loves it. Okay, thank you.
Don't even give
All
me
right,
attention.
now this kind of upsets me. Retic lady says, so you didn't lose an eye. It's there. Why you always got to be exaggerating about everything? Okay, look, lady. I don't see out of this eye. I can't see. I have no distance judgment. I can't see out of this at all. It's still alive. I don't have to wear a fake eye, but I can't see out of it all. That vision is gone. The nerve is 90% off the end. That's it. I can't see no more. I did lose this eye. It's just a dead limb hanging there. Okay?
Don't even pay attention to those dumb comments. People don't know what they're talking about.
And never lost a fight. Only a bully said that? No. You ain't never been in shape once, Rich. You're going to laugh? You know what?
Don't even.
You're an asshole. I've been in shape all my life. I'm 60 years old now. I'm a little bit chubby, okay? Screw you. You know, retic lady, you're an asshole. You're gone. You're a fucking loser.
Don't even give
How
attention to
dare.
them.
I'd use her from this channel.
Go up a little bit more. You went down too far. Okay, there you go. I hope you guys weren't affected by the storms last night. Man, the Arbula, Ashtabula was under tornado warning until 12:45.
We were, I tell you what, we were lucky. We didn't get affected
I was
at
freaking
all.
out.
There was lightning all around us. There was thunderstorms. There was sideways rain. She's on, screaming,
I was freaking out.
"There's a tornado!" And I'm like,
Rich is
"Stop,
like, shut up.
calm down."
What thus says, are you okay, Skyler? I'm just exhausted. Everybody knows I'm already sleepy. I worked my ass off today. Rich can actually testify to that. I did work today.
Look at this. Blake Weber thinks he's gonna be smart and ask me what fish bit Josh, and I'm gonna tell him. I'm not that drunk, buddy. I can't tell you.
Suanne said what fish bit Josh, and Suanne, I mean, I guess you're just gonna have
Oh, that
to
was Suanne. I'm sorry.
flap around and find out.
You have to flap around and find out, Suanne.
Bob Taylor says that's a good look, Skylar. What, being tired and wearing a sweater because I'm cold?
Mark Lee says, "Hell yeah, I like the Big Rich. Does scream America, bald eagles."
Big Rich, did you guys get the new baby sturgeons? Just got mine last Tuesday. Love the look, dude.
They're awesome, ain't they? They look great.
Redneck, she said she looks like she's gonna pass out. I feel like I'm going to.
Jennifer Templer says she'd be here tomorrow for sure if she lived closer.
We love you, Skylar. Aw, thank you.
Aww.
Yeah, sorry guys. I'm tired. It's been a long day today. And I'm not good at, I don't have a lot of stamina. I can work my ass off, but only for a certain amount of time. I pushed it today. Go up a little bit more, because you missed a couple comments. Here, go up more. Go up a little bit more. Go down, start scrolling down slightly. They said, Scott, yeah, you guys have to wait till the video comes out next week to find out.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
When are we gonna see you in a mermaid suit again, Rich? Winky face.
Jens, you're a glutton for punishment. You don't want to see that.
And there were tornadoes like right near us, but they weren't like very close to us. But I hate tornadoes. I was in a tornado. I'm scared of them. You keep going down too far.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, go up a little bit. Go up a little bit more. Go up a little bit more.
Jesus Christ.
A little bit more.
No, it's not. I've read all these.
Okay, Big Rich cooking vids soon. I want to know the secret to having a hair like that at 60. It's called being Native American.
You want to see something funny about this? 60 years old, there's my hairline. I still have, like, I don't even have a forehead.
You have more before.
My buddy Ronnie has a 5-head or 6-head.
Don't say he doesn't like that. He wore a hat. He was insecure. Scroll down slowly. Steve S said Skylar, Kahlua or Bailey's? Kahlua. I don't think I've ever actually had Bailey's.
Bailey's is really good. Kahlua tastes like coffee. Bailey's is just a cream liqueur.
I mean, I think either. are good.
Now wait, there's a drink, a shot glass full. It's called the blowjob.
I know.
You fill it with vanilla vodka,
You know what you did?
1 shot of vanilla vodka, half shot of vanilla vodka, half shot of Bailey's cream liqueur, and a half shot of Kahlua, and then you put on top whipped cream, and you're not allowed to touch it. You have to go down, grab it, and do your drink.
I know what they
That's
are.
called a
You want to
blowjob.
know why?
What?
You said you're gonna make them for me for my birthday.
All you wanted for your birthday was to be left alone and sleep.
Then you said you'd make me those shots for my birthday.
If you want them, I'll make them for you.
Here, I'm gonna pull this up on my phone too, because you keep accidentally
Who was the one that always came out with the snake? Was that Jake the Snake Roberts, maybe? I don't remember.
Mr. Whitey, hi guys, Skylar, you an angel. Rich would say I'm the goddamn devil.
She is the goddamn devil.
JLC says, hi guys from Canada. Hello. Somebody said, lots of us from Canada. Cindy Murphy said, I've been in the middle of 320. I was very scared. Yeah, I was at like a horseback riding competition where all the stables, it's called the Metro Parks Polo Fields here. It was a jumping competition, and we had a tornado.
Christian Peterson says the real life story of Big Rich's eyes. They lost in a bar fight in a movie called Roadhouse. Didn't I tell you that Roadhouse was my favorite movie, and that I based my young bar experience as a bouncer on Roadhouse? It's time to be nice until it's time not to be nice. Then you fuck people up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't
This was I loved this movie.
I hated the ending of that movie. I liked that movie, but the ending just ruined it.
Sherry Ann Hannah says Bailey's and coffee is lush. That's my dad comes out, and
That's
anytime
really
he
good.
drinks is when he puts Bailey's in coffee, yes. Sue Ann says, I make a mean blowjob. Oh, okay.
Terry Funk was in Roadhouse. Said rip Terry Funk.
Terry Funk got his ass beaten Roadhouse.
Oh, Cindy said I was on a pony and it picked us up and went on to blow roofs up. Jesus, yeah, we were in so we were at the stables, you know, when they do the tent stables when you're at a competition, and a huge storm came in. It was one of the biggest Kentucky's ever seen. It was at the Kentucky well no, wait, which storm was this? Yeah, no, it wasn't the polo fields, it was at the Kentucky Horse Park. And we were stuck in there for like hours and hours and hours. All we had was a radio. The rain was pouring in so much. It flooded up to like 3 feet in some of the areas. Trees were torn down literally right up. It was like less than like 100 yards away from us. Like it was tearing down the tents. Some of the horses got out. It was crazy.
Edward
What
Shrek says, I bet you made those shots for Joey, Big Rich.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I did.
What Thus says, I went to a strip club last night.
Good for you. Let's go. There you go.
Hey Rich, left question, but would you know anyone trying to toss me their tank? I'm currently running a 40 with 2 red tail cats and
A
6
40 is not
$200.
big enough
No.
for 2 red tail cats. I don't have a bigger tank to give you. Come on now. I mean,
Dude, don't have.
you're
two-
causing your own problems right there.
You shouldn't get 2 red tail catfishes if you have a 40.
Shouldn't get one
Yeah,
if you have a
that's what I was
40.
about to say. 40 is way too. They get big and they get big pretty quickly. Dragon Chick said, "Thank you for saving that dog's life, Rich. You exposed the state's intentions to use
Yes.
action."
Many viewers,
I'm gonna take credit for the dog this time.
you worked your ass off.
I'm gonna take credit for this one.
You will. She deserves it.
But anyway, so I just got an update on the dog today. So they really like the setup that we had for the dog. So if
We put him in the turtles enclosure of 12 by 12 fence and had his
closure.
doghouse inside
We had a,
and had a rubber thing over it so he wouldn't get wet or something, whatever.
but they really like that setup, and so because they're used to, when they're doing house cleanup or something, they always put him outside on the dog run when he's on the leash, and that's when he bit people both of the 2 times. And so they saw ours, and they actually
He was doing nothing but protecting his own property.
yeah, yeah, exactly. But he still bit people, so they actually just put up a big fence, and they just got a dog house for him. So when they let him outside, for an hour or whatever it is, because he doesn't stay outside all the time.
He can run into his dog house. He can run into his fence.
So,
hang out.
We were able to convince them that that was the best option for the dog, and they're not going to be putting him down. So everything worked out beyond perfectly, because we thought we were hoping.
We were at our wits' end. We were ready to put him down.
I called every single
We were doing
non-kill
everything
shelter.
we could do to not have him put down.
I called every single non-kill shelter in the state of Ohio. I went into Pennsylvania, New York, Illinois. I called everywhere within like 4 or 5 hours of here. I probably spent.
And our backup,
hours.
Was the one place was going to euthanize him for $275, but then the APL was going to euthanize him for $35.
And we were like,
That was our backup.
And then.
No.
Yeah.
When we couldn't do anything else, and we can't keep him here because he already bit Kathy.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
We can't keep him here. This is our only option.
We have.
And we wanted to desperately not do that. But we had him here for over a month.
Okay.
And now the APL was involved, wanted a 10-day quarantine.
Board of Health.
The Board of Health was involved.
Everybody was involved.
Oh, it was crazy.
And then since, so apparently what I found out is, 2 bites in a dog's record, people are like, they kind of look past. But as soon as you tell them there's 3 bites in the dog's records, they're like, hell no, I'm not having that dog anywhere around me. So.
Wait, let us tell you the name of, out of all the dog rescues around, the only one that was like, oh, we're sorry, we can't help. This place was like, oh, screw you. What was their name?
The American Eskimo.
The American Eskimo Rescue.
And they were horrible.
And they were horrible to us.
They accused me of lying to them because
yes.
I contacted them before Kathy got bit. And so obviously I didn't tell them about the 3rd bite because the 3rd bite didn't happen.
Until after you called them.
Yeah.
Then it happened the next morning, and it was instantly on the dog's record.
And then
they saw it because Kathy went into the doctor's.
But I was in a group chat with her and the lady that was interested. And the lady from the American Eskimo Rescue was like, don't even bother going there. They're liars. They're lying to us. And I was sleeping this whole time. I had no idea this whole conversation was even taking.
Right.
I was like, what the heck? I never lied to you guys once. I told you he was aggressive. I told you he's gotten multiple bites.
2 bites.
Yeah, and I told you that he just bit somebody here.
They're like, you didn't tell us 3 bites.
I did actually, though. I told him that.
No, not till later. But at this time, you had told them the 2 bites, and they were willing to try and work with them.
No.
And then when the 3rd bite happened, they accused you of lying to them because you didn't even know the 3rd bite happened.
No, I told them that all 3 bites happened. I texted them after he bit Kathy. They were just mad when it was on record. They thought it was a nib. They didn't go to the doctor or anything, so they thought it wasn't going to be on the records, I think, or something like that.
I don't know.
But either way, they were screwed up in the head, and everybody that I've talked to that's worked with rescues have had really difficult times dealing with them. Nobody likes them. But regardless, Buddy, wait, should I pull up a picture?
So anyways, at this point, the American Eskimo Dog Rescue would not work with us no more and are accusing us of lying.
At least told them
So I called them up and I told them off. How dare you talk to one of my coworkers, because she's a volunteer here. How dare you talk to them like this and blah, blah, blah. She didn't know that this 3rd bite had happened until she woke up and found out, and it's already on the doctor's record because Kathy went to the doctor. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, I went off on him. And, like 2 days later, they never talked to us. 2 days later, we got a call from the owner saying that, oh my God, I saw you working with the dog with a trainer and he was doing so good. And, I love the cage you got him in. If we can get him an outside cage, can we have him back? We're like, absolutely. We're doing everything we can to try and save this dog's life and not have him put down. Even though he's bit 3 people now,
Here, I want to make sure they can
What?
see it. Can you move that over? I'm showing him a picture of Buddy now. Back at his, that's him now. Back at his old owner's house. The dad who really loved him, he started crying when he got Buddy. He talked about a huge walk around the rescue and stuff, and it was I was just like, man, I feel bad for this man who had his wife, tell him to get like we wanted
Okay,
to get rid of the
Nate
dog.
Achilles says, sounds like it's a terrible rescue, but I'll tell you what, Nate, no rescue that starts out with, we're just going to try and find this animal a home where somebody will love him and he don't have to be put down. And it ends with the story of him going to somebody that loves him and he loves his, owners. There was not a terrible rescue. This was a great rescue. Yes, Kathy had to suffer a bite. She's still walking around with her hand in her,
I think they're talking about the Eskimo rescue.
Oh, the
that
Eskimo
they-
rescue, they were horrible.
But also, you know what's crazy? The fact that a fish rescue is willing to take in a dog that
Dog rescue won't do.
Yeah. So I thought that was just utterly insane. Bob Taylor, $10. OFR is so awesome in so many ways.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
But we were willing to take in this dog. We worked with this dog. We did everything we could for this dog. And in the end, we saved this dog's life. And
He was going to be put down
He
before
was.
we got him.
Mhm.
And then now, yes, Kathy suffered a bite, which, poor
I
Kathy.
feel horrible about that.
But the dog now is not put down and he's back with his loving parents. And the dog loves
We
him.
saved the dog's life, a dog that deserved
Yeah.
to live. And I mean, it was so stressful for a long time. Everybody was upset
Well, when
with
he
each
came
other.
here,
It
he was
so
the
high
most
stress.
vicious dog I've ever seen in a cage.
I showed you the
He
video.
wanted to bite everybody.
Towards the
you
end,
know?
I remember when I was telling you, I was like, hey, I think I made a breakthrough with this dog. I was like, the dog seems to, he's warmed up to me, I think. And then when the owner came and they let the dog out and he jumped on me and the dog just didn't growl, didn't do anything, but the trainers were a little bit wrong. They kept telling me to scratch him under his chin. I was like, no, he likes being scratched on top of his head. And they're like, no, you gotta go under the chin. Don't go on the head. It's gonna,
That's what the
agitate."
trainers told
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. And so I asked the owner because I was like, okay, so this is what the trainers. They were like, no, absolutely not. He'll bite anybody that scratches him underneath his chin. I was like,
Oh my God. Nate says for sure he's referring to the Eskimo rescue.
yeah, yeah. They're a bad rescue. Everybody that I've contacted has said they're a bad rescue.
Aw. What does says you do a great job, Big Richie fan.
Some of these rescues, the thing is, I feel like they only are rescuing these breeds so they can make money off of them and profit them. And so they only want the good dogs of this breed. They don't want the entire breed. They're not really a rescue. They're
Right.
just somebody trying to get this breed for a cheaper price than they would have had to pay for a new.
So you can make some money selling it.
Exactly. It's like, what if I opened up a Maine Coon rescue?
See, Dragon Chick's got it. The dog rescue should take in all dogs that need to
Yes.
be saved. Otherwise, they shouldn't be called themselves a rescue.
Isn't the-
We never turn down any fish
No.
or anything else in that matter. We save all of God's creatures.
Okay, the point of a rescue is to save animals, not let them die, and no rescue wants to do that. Somebody up there said, why did the owners get rid of the dog
In the first place, the father and the mother were getting a divorce and they're going to split up and they have to move to separate places. They got rid of all their animals, and the dog was only, it loved his father, and the guy loved his dog, but she didn't want the dog there. They're going through a divorce, blah blah blah.
But he has to live there with the wife, and she's paying for most of the stuff.
Right. So okay, it's not none of that. Let's go on past that. He has to get rid of his dog if he's going to stay living there. So he does this, and they got rid of all their animals and everything else. And now, after watching us for weeks trying to find this dog a home and the troubles we're going through and Kathy getting bit, and then seeing the setup that we got him, we had him a 12 by 12 cage with his dog house in there. He'd go into his dog house, he'd come out, and we could feed him and water him from the outside without, we had a little 2-gallon bucket that was, what do you call them things on hooks? Carabiners. Carabiners to the cage, and then we could pour in from outside water and food. And he ate it up, and we were able to take care of him without getting bit.
And then they
And
didn't
then
even think about that as a possibility.
Right. Once he saw that, he wanted the dog back because now he can have his dog there without his wife ever being in danger.
Well, he had to do some convincing with the woman.
Well, she was only caring about that dog loves you, that dog hates us, blah blah blah.
And the dog, she doesn't want the dog to bite anybody.
Now the dog's outside. He's got his own cage, and he's got a cage inside of there, his own house, and he's loving life.
He's inside most of the time, actually. He's
Right.
only outside during the day, when they're working and stuff. But I mean, he was honestly he was a good dog. He was a smart dog. He would sit when you had him on a leash. He was a good boy. He
Yeah.
was a smart dog. He never had an accident or anything. Like even when we had him inside the house for a little bit. He never had a single accident in here. I mean, he's a good boy.
Did
He
you
just-
try MBR in Eaton Township?
What's that?
Must be another dog rescue.
I probably did. I called up every single rescue. Rich saw he would come into the living room. I would be on
Dreamtime
the phone.
relaxation. Big Rich. Randy Rhodes or Eddie Van Halen. Come on. I love both, but it has to be Randy Rhodes. Come on now. Come on. If Randy would have had to live out his life like Eddie got to, I'm thinking things would be way different, okay? Randy Rhodes is only known for his work with Ozzy, and, Eddie, amazing guitarist. I love Eddie. You know what I'm saying? But it's Randy Rhodes. I mean, there's no question.
Mr. Skippadadudi says they have rehoming fees in my area. It is $500 to $700 to quote unquote rescue from agencies. I swear it's a cash grab. Absolutely.
It is.
That's what I was saying.
We don't charge nothing to pick up. We don't charge nothing to give out. We
I think I should start a Maine Coon rescue.
we do what's best for the animal, period. And that's why we were so mad at these dog rescues. They didn't care.
Everybody was just. You saw how pissed off I was at
Yeah.
every call. There was a couple places that genuinely did want to do their best, but they're like, seriously, we have no home, but we're going to do everything we can to help you guys out. That's one of the places that I wish I remembered the name of it so I could shout them out. That sent us the
Well,
trainer.
you talked to so many different places. Of course, you're not going to remember everything.
But there was a couple places that really did try and help.
No, I was
them.
proud of you on that. You really did save that dog's life.
I told you.
And
I
you
was-
made my rescue look good doing it.
I
I mean,
told you.
this is why you're part of the rescue, because you're good, caring people.
If I bring an animal in here, I'm gonna make sure that animal's taken care of. End of story. If I'm taking care of an animal here, I'm gonna make sure that animal's taken care of here.
Stop bringing all these crazy animals in here, though.
Bring in here. A dog,
A cat. We're not
Else.
Ohio Cat Rescue.
kittens. I convinced you to bring in here. Kittens that needed to be fed
Anything
every
that
2
came
hours.
by. Can we get? Oh, TJ, I want that. Blah blah blah. And now you don't like TJ, or you
I
didn't for a while.
No,
You
I think,
didn't for a while, and you know it.
wait, was that the one that convinced you to
Oh,
pick up TJ?
the snake. Oh, let's get the
Oh,
snake. We'll take care of it. I had to find these animals other homes. I'm not fish and snake rescue. I am Ohio Fish Rescue.
No, you're Ohio Fish, Dog, Cat, and Snake Rescue, and Bird Rescue.
Okay,
And
what
Hornet
this says,
Rescue.
you got room for plenty of dogs in the backyard. Stop it.
No, just not
Patriarchs, what's that say? I can't read that.
when you
Pat Sox 34 says, when you pick up fish, do most people
No,
give a donation?
No,
I'd say-
99% don't.
90% don't, yeah.
Redneck life. Got plenty. No, we don't have plenty. The thing you guys don't realize is there was only really a few of us that are here on a daily basis that take care of these animals. So if we had plenty of dogs in the backyard, I don't think I would have time to sleep. Skylar is a great Dave the fish dude. Skylar is a great addition to the rescue. You can tell.
I
she
agree with
genuinely
that.
Cares. Plus Big Rich and her make a pretty good team.
No, she don't listen to me. She argues with me. She don't stop.
Oh, stop. Oh, somebody asked for Lokias. 1 second. I gotta go get my key.
Go get the cat. Aw, Redneck for Life says, you're in everything, Rescue Big Rich. I'm really not, but I have. I've had, black panthers, black bears, 14-foot reticulated pythons, alligators, all kinds of different snakes. Anything that I use my connections to find them homes. If I can help in any way, I will.
Oh, Edward said, thank you, Skylar, for saving the dogs and all the animals.
Shannon said Rich has also adopted a few humans now as
Yeah.
well. I'm glad they don't bite, but I'm sure they could
Well,
cost a bit more than a dog. There's you,
well, Kathy and
Kathy,
they
and
get,
Jerry.
they get food stamps. I'm the really only.
You don't get no food stamps or nothing. Kathy and Jerry, they don't get food stamps. They get disability. They're old, okay, and they were on disability when they came here. But you don't now. I mean, you don't have to work. So all you do is take care of the rescue and help me. So I thank you for that.
Not get to sleep as much as I'd like to. Have Diesel and Loki ever met? I'm not sure. I think they met. I think we introduced
Yeah.
them one time. I don't think
Okay, look, Dreamtime Relaxation says Big Rich, Zach Wild or Kurt Hammond. Listen to this, and this is important. You shut your mouth, you be quiet, and say, Zach Wild is God. Okay? Yeah, that's all there is to it. Zach Wild over Kurt Hammond any day of the week.
Big Rich looks hot in his reading glasses.
Sue Ann says Jen's Rich couldn't handle a cougar. I had a Black Panther, which is nothing more than a black cougar. There is no such thing as a Black Panther. All right, I will show you pictures.
No, couldn't handle a cougar like a lynx.
Oh, like an old lady?
No, not cougar. Wait, no, cougar is the different one. That's not a lynx. I'm being stupid. I'm tired. I haven't, but I know people have had a dog for years that our country said they're banned because they're classed as aggressive. So the American Eskimo isn't like classed really like that because they're relatively like medium-sized dogs, but it's literally just the Ruskies being fucking stupid, only wanting to take in big dogs because everybody likes buying pets, you know. And then a little bit after, same thing with fish. They're like, I can't take care of this pet anymore.
All right, listen. Lisa Cooney says, how's your wife? It's been a long time since I've seen this. Go back after this is over with and then start the video over with. I start the Tracy update in the first 10 minutes. So it's there.
6:10.
About 6:10?
It's at 6:10.
6:10? Okay. And then you can see the whole Tracy update. Now, Disney fan says, hey, Big Rich, is Ed the Pond Permits going to add another wetland filter in the backyard pond? They said yes. It'll be sometime this summer. They showed me the plans, what we're going to do, how we're going to do it,
Summer's almost over.
and they haven't showed up. But last summer, they showed up and said, we're going to do a infinity edge over the pond and down to a waterfall, down to where a bunch of rocks are that the water falls through, a pond vault and a pump vault. And then the pumps are going to pump the water up here to the pond.
So you
They
just
haven't done either yet. We've called and we don't want to keep bugging them. We've called and said, it's on their list to do. They want to do it. They want to help. They just haven't gotten around to it yet.
basically, you just want them to at least come over and say hello at this point. Catherine, only if the dog has been aggressive will the dog be taken and destroyed. I've known people and I've had to attend the test. Actually, this is funny. So, when the vets that the dog has actually refused to euthanize him at first until he saw a trainer because it's clearly issues from him not being properly socialized. It's not that the dog's actually aggressive. It just is used to his humans. Oh, Jens Carl said, not that kind. Cougar MILF. Skylar, which useless superpower would you pick? Never have to sleep or never have to go to the bathroom? I don't know. I go to the bathroom a lot. And then I like to sleep a lot. I would pick always having to sleep. I would just want
So
to
you would
sleep
give
all
up
the
sleep?
time. No, I would just want to sleep all the time.
So you'd never have to go to the bathroom. You
No,
can
I
just sleep.
Yeah, I'd never wake up. I'd just always be asleep. I'm combining African cichlids tanks into 75. Can I put my or chicklets?
Cichlids.
Can I put my cichlids in with their offspring? If they breed, will they be mutants or not a big deal? I mean, they kind of just inbreed.
We never pick our cichlids out of the tank. They have babies and they grow. They never eat them.
They
I mean,
inbreed is what you're saying.
well, I'm sure it's inbreeding. That cat is so beautiful, but it kind of looks like Big Rich. Oh, Edward, thank you. You think
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
beautiful.
You guys kind of do have the same.
We do not.
Yeah, you have the same color. All the kids.
Look at how long this cat is. That cat's like 48 inches long. It's crazy. That's just crazy.
What was that
It's
for,
like,
though? Here, come here. Let's go on your back.
all right. Catherine James says, I've known people whose dog has never been aggressive, but people have reported them because of the breed. Even though the dog is the softest putty, never attacked or been violent. I
That's
know.
like pit bulls. It's
This
just-
is there. This world is full of Karens, and that's what we have to defend ourselves against: is Karens. You know, idiots, useless people that have no business being on this planet helping anybody out. They are not.
Yeah, this
If
is-
you're not helping people, you're being a dredge on society.
Yeah, Catherine James has a good point. It's British laws. Yeah, there's a lot of problems with that, like UK and stuff. Dave the Fish Dude. I miss my Maine Coons. Hank and Frank, such awesome cats. Yeah, Loki's like the coolest cat I think I've ever known.
Do the cats bother their tanks? Absolutely not.
He's a really good.
That's a carpet, not a cat.
He looks like it now. It's so.
He's
annoying
over
watching.
48 inches long. He's already passed the Guinness Book of World Records cat length. He's
Well, no,
already
it's
passed
almost,
it.
his tail's almost the longest tail on a cat. But he's not past the length in total, it's the tail. Because he's got this huge tail compared to his body size. When are we gonna see the billionaire bacon, Rich? Yeah, right.
Real soon, real soon. She's been on me every day. I've got AZ's wife on me every day. I will do it soon, okay?
Everybody's been up here.
I'm sorry.
Was OBG Foster on tonight? I didn't see her. No pit bulls allowed in California? What?
No.
That's stupid. This
All right,
is
guys,
stupid.
we're going to get out of here. Thank you for hanging out with us. I hope you guys, enjoyed your night. I have. I mean, thank you for being here.
And
I
as
appreciate
always,
Don't as always me.
always.
You stop it. I got more to say.
Okay.
I love you guys. I love hanging out with you guys. I can't get out much at all. And then my Friday nights is hanging out with you guys. I love it. So thank you guys. You guys are like awesome to me. And, you're my fishy family. I love that. So, as always,
Stay fishy, my friends.
stay fishy, my friends.
Alright, gotta stop streaming. and go.
You stop telling me